inductees, Brent Godarzi and Marty Young. Back-to-back #1 trucking firm in the nation. Back-to-back best attorney and best law firm in East Texas.
It's fully loaded, great gas mileage, 30,000-mile warranty.
I like it. What else do you have?
Here's one. It's fully loaded, great gas mileage, 30,000-mile warranty.
Looks like the same car.
Exactly the same. But this one's $120 less per month.
What's the catch?
No catch if you use Credit Union of Texas. Let me show you.
With the Credit Union of Texas Flex Auto Loan, you get the car of your dreams. Lower payments, no hassle. Get started now at cutx.org.
Crowley Funeral Home has been serving families in Gilmer since 1883. Funeral director and Gilmer High School graduate Troy Murray leads the professional staff at Crowley Funeral Home and is committed to providing dignified, respectful, and compassionate assistance to every family in their time of need. Crowley Funeral Home feels strongly about maintaining high standards of excellent service while still keeping prices affordable. At Crowley Funeral Home, we treat your family as our own.
Gilmer National Bank is your hometown community bank, serving people in East Texas for over a century. We are your neighbors, friends, and partners in making this a great place to live. Our employees make us a special place to do business. We are there for you when you need us. Come by and see us and find out what makes people say, "That's my bank." Gilmer National Bank, an equal opportunity lender and member FDIC.
At Farmers Insurance, we've seen almost everything, so we know how to cover almost anything, even a rock and wreck. Yeah! He rocked and rolled right into it, but we covered it. At Farmers, we know a thing or two because we've seen a thing or two.
We are farmers. Bum, 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 bum.
When tragedy strikes, you don't want to be in a position where you're second guessing your lawyer's ability or the resolve to get you fairly compensated. When you hire Godarzi & Young, you know you're hiring a law firm that has nationally ranked settlements and verdicts. We have over 2 decades of experience holding 18-wheeler companies accountable for their negligent action. Don't make the mistake of hiring anybody else. Hire the best. Hire Godarzi & Young.
Do you enjoy watching your favorite TV programs on your smartphone or tablet? Or maybe you'd rather watch them on your Roku or Amazon Fire TV. Tired of having to change your TV input from your old traditional cable to watch your favorite streaming apps? If so, we have great news for you. eTex is making the move to streaming and has launched a new app. eTex TV allows you to watch over 130 channels in full HD on your streaming or mobile devices. This means you can simply download the eTex TV app, subscribe, and start watching. With all your favorite functions like DVR and Pause Live TV, and new features like Restart TV. To learn more, visit www.etex.net or contact a customer service rep at 903-797-HELP. That's 903-797-4357.
Texas Heritage National Bank would like to invite the Buckeye Nation to visit our new full-service bank in Gilmer. We're conveniently located on Highway 271 and Rebud Street with a brand new facility ready to serve our friends and neighbors. We offer competitive rates on all of our deposit products, as well as some great options for business financing to help your business grow from 5 employees to 500 employees. Texas Heritage National Bank would also like to take this time to thank all the teachers, administrators, and school board for investing in the future of our kiddos. We'd also like to wish all the student athletes a wonderful and safe year. Come see us soon.
It's gonna be alright. How can you tell? I feel it in my heart. It's gonna be alright.
Casey's Burgers, serving you for over 40 years.
At First National Bank, together we're better. We're a regional bank, big enough for all of East Texas, that cares and is invested in the people and communities we serve, with the strength and services to meet the needs of every customer, big or small. From business financing for big companies and small mom and pops to our family of personal banking customers. First National Bank of East Texas. Together, we're better. And we think that's kind of a big deal.
Please join Jeff Rash and Alan Metzel each Monday morning for the Gilmer Buckeyes Coaches Show. Every week, Jeff and Alan discuss elements of the program, speak with special guests, give player updates, review key plays from the prior week, and give insights on the opponent for the current week. As a fan, this is your chance to go into the locker room and behind the scenes. To view the Coaches Show, go to GilmerBuckeyes.com and click on the Coaches Show button. Go Buckeyes!
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to the beautiful campus of Lindale Independent School District here in Lindale, Texas. We have a beautiful night for football as your Gilmer Buckeyes get ready to write the final chapter of the 2022 preseason pre-district schedule against the 2-1 Lindale Eagles. I'm Todd Robinson, your host of the pregame show, and we're going to have a barn burner tonight here. The Gilmer Buckeyes are facing the Lindale Eagles. They come into tonight's contest 2-1. Of course, they are from the District of Doom, 9-4A Division I. The Buckeyes have already faced two of their district opponents in Chapel Hill and Kilgore, winning both of those games as the Buckeyes come in here ranked number 2 in some polls in the state in Division II 4A, and number 3 in the most recent poll as Cuero has climbed up. Of course, polls mean nothing to start the year, but what does mean everything tonight is these Lindale Eagles, a really, really good team, folks, that the Gilmer Buckeyes once again are going to be punching above their weight class and facing off against these Lindale Eagles. Coached by Chris Cochran, the head coach, it's his 6th season. He's 40-24 at the school and 40-24 overall. Offensively, they kind of run a power spread. We'll talk about that as the game goes on, as they are going to be possessing the ball and trying to keep away from these explosive Gilmer Buckeyes. All of the speed and athleticism tonight, the advantage is obviously with the Buckeyes, but make no mistake about it, Lindale is big, Lindale is very disciplined, they don't do a lot to beat themselves, and his coach, Chris Cochran, is coming off of a big win last week against their rivals, the Van Vandals. They won that game 30-27 last week on the road, and they come in here tonight as all the foes of the Gilmer Buckeyes really gunning for Gilmer to put some skin on the walls. And I tell you folks, this may be the best team that the Gilmer Buckeyes will face pretty much until that team from down south in Carthage comes calling, hopefully at the 1st of December, where maybe the state championship will be decided. Coach Metzel, on the other hand, comes in tonight once again undefeated. He is the most winning coach to start his career in the history of Gilmer. He's 31-4 at Gilmer. 2 of those 4 are state championship games, and the Buckeyes really are on fire and hitting their stride. Everybody healthy this week, and they should be expected to play well, and they're going to have to tonight against these Lindale Eagles. Gilmer's won over Chapel Hill, 51 points on the board. Kilgore, they put 40 points on the board. Paris last week, they won 50-7, and just in terms of game notes, folks, and it's important to note, as the guru of our stat department, Mr. Joe Dodd, points out, that the Gilmer Buckeyes, since 1980, that's 42 years, since 1980 have lost 15 games only. That's one game approximately every 3.5 years when they've scored 30 points or more. So that's the magic number. The Buckeyes win 95% of their ball games when they score 30 points or more. And they're going to have to put their foot on the floor tonight with young quarterback Caden Tennyson in only his 4th start, but he is coming from good stock, 2-time All-State quarterback for the last 2 years, leading the Buckeyes to back-to-back state championships. Brandon Tennyson, older brother, has passed the baton down to young Caden, who is growing by leaps and bounds, as we saw last week. as the Paris Wildcats kind of came in and dared Caden to throw the football, and he did quite successfully. More than one reason for that is the now all-time leading reception pass catcher in the history of Gilmer football, number 14, Rowan Fluellen. Rose, a 6 foot, 182-pound senior, but he is 4'4" and all kinds of talented, committed to Coach Malcolm Kelly and the TCU Horned Frogs. He's the 2021 Class 4A first-team All-State defensive back, and he was the Defensive Player of the Year. Opened the game against Chapel Hill with 3 interceptions in the first half, all by himself. He lurks back there in the secondary, but what he does when he gets the ball in the hand are absolutely special. Other Buckeyes to watch is number 9, back and healthy this week after taking a week off last week. Ashton Haynes, 5'10", 180-pound running back. He was first-team All-State last year in 2 games. Ashton has 24 carries and 257 yards, 4 touchdowns, and a catch for 21 yards and a touchdown. Ashton is all kinds of special, folks. Maybe the most gifted runner in the history of Gilmer football, and that's saying something with the likes of Tommy Palmer and Justin Johnson and Gus Johnson and all those really, really talented running backs for Gilmer. Ashton is just that special. He's the thunder in the backfield. The lightning in the backfield is number 22, Will Henderson, the junior, 5'10", 168 pounds. Folks, he has absolute world-class speed. He may be the fastest 17-year-old on this continent, and we're not kidding. Coming off of a 10.3 800 meters in AAU this summer competition and a 10.4 flat when it comes to the 100 meters in state. Silver medalist last year as a sophomore. He's already got an offer from Coach Jeff Traylor and UTSA. By the way, we want to mention Coach Traylor and Coach Traylor as they take on the Texas Longhorns. We'll be rooting for the Roadrunners tomorrow. Coaches, we are proud of you guys coming off a big second week in a row, an overtime game. They won this last week against West Point, against the Army up at West Point. Very proud of those guys, future Roadrunners coming out of the Gilmer program, and the Roadrunner program at UTSA being led by a host of Buckeyes, Jeff Traylor, Kurt Traylor, and Matt Turner. Family down there in San Antonio, and we wish them the best of luck tomorrow. We wish the best of luck tonight to these Buckeyes, who all-time against the Lindale Eagles, the series is 9-3 in 12 contests. The Gilmer Buckeyes have won 9 times. The first meeting was in 1978. Gilmer won 24-7. The last meeting was last year. Gilmer won 49-35 behind Ashton Haynes' 180 yards and 3 touchdowns. He rushed and did that, folks, on only 18 carries. So we look for Ashton Haynes to have another big night tonight. Gilmer has a 6-game winning streak over Lindale. Their last loss was all the way back in 1983. They have a 4-game regular season winning streak as the visiting team. Their last loss in the preseason or pre-district schedule was 28-7 at Carthage, and that was in 2021. Gilmer has an 8-game regular season winning streak, and the last 52 consecutive game scoring streak. Their last shutout was 14-0 to Pleasant Grove in 2018. Once again, the Buckeyes come in ranked tonight as number 2 in the Associated Press. Dave Campbell has them ranked number 3 behind Carthage and Cuero. Game notes: Lindale is ranked number 12 in Class 4A Division I by Pigskin Prep in their power rankings. The Buckeyes are a 14-point favorite tonight over Lindale, according to Pigskin Prep. They predict a 30-16 victory for the Buckeyes. I'm going to call it 42-21. We'll see where that lands. But nevertheless, the Lindale Eagles will provide probably what will be the toughest test so far tonight in this young season. We'll now turn to the announcer.
17-year-old linebacker from Troop, who will not be on the field tonight competing alongside his teammates in their game at Omaha Paul Hewitt. A week ago tonight, Cooper Reed collapsed while walking to the sideline following the handshake line after a win at home against Buffalo. Cooper was rushed to the hospital where emergency brain surgery was performed overnight. An MRI revealed the young man had suffered a stroke, and as of this afternoon, Cooper remains in a coma as well as a daily fight to make a comeback. Tonight, we ask that you join his family and every parent and fan who has ever lived with this possibility in every play we witness on Friday nights in a silent prayer for Cooper's recovery. as well as the safety of every player and cheerleader that puts their bodies at risk in the name of performance and competition. Fans and students for both Lindale and Gilmer have had to come together within their own communities, some very recently, to deal with the tragedy of losing fellow students or players in the blink of an eye. Tonight, our two teams will dress 89 players. Our special request this evening is that we all come together, even if it is only for a moment, to profess our support and solidarity for the continued hope that all players tonight everywhere remain safe, even within the intensity of true competition and sportsmanship. In honor of number 22 and the fight the Reed family has in front of them, please join us for a moment of silent prayer and reflection for Cooper Reed, as well as our sons and daughters standing before us. As a show of support for a fallen player fighting for a chance to get back in the game, our players will also honor number 22. Thank you. Ladies and gentlemen, if you are able, would you please rise, remove your caps, and direct your attention to the southeast corner of the stadium as we honor our flag and nation with the playing of our national anthem, led and interpreted tonight by a special group of young ladies in the Lindale High School ASL 3 class that wants to bring recognition to Deaf Awareness Week, slated to kick off next week. These young ladies are dressed in black so their hands are visible and will be accompanied by the award-winning Pride of Lindale Eagle Band.
And we're back here to Lindale Eagle Stadium where your Gilmer Buckeyes get ready to square off a very formidable Lindale Eagle team. At home tonight, they're wearing the anthracite colored pants with the black stripe, the blue jerseys with the white helmet. The Buckeyes tonight in their all-white road traveling uniforms with the black helmet.
For tonight's game for
Captains
the
tonight for Gilmer Buckeyes, number 12, Zach Easley. Number 26, Braden Rash. Number 55, Sean Wallace. And number 70, Mr. Posada.
Number 8, Clint Thurman.
So we will see who wins the first battle of the night as the Buckeyes will have a coin flip,
Christian Key.
shake hands. And the Buckeyes so far on all three opportunities this year when winning the coin flip have taken the ball to start the game. We'll see if Coach Metzel changes. Obviously the Lindale Eagles tonight will play kind of a keep away from the Buckeyes if they possibly can. Try to limit the snaps, and it really comes down to the Lindale's Eagles' ability to, number one, not turn the ball over, and number two, to possess the ball and keep it away from these dangerous Buckeyes. The Buckeyes did win the toss.
Gilmer has won the toss
And elected to receive. So the Gilmer Buckeyes will have the ball first, come out tonight with the offense, lightning, but in receiving, get ready, folks, because the speedsters back there deep for the Buckeyes. It is basically what may be the state championship winning 200 and 2x4 and 1x4 teams with Ro Fluellen and number 22, the Tomahawk Will Henderson, anchoring both of those. And folks, with Will running, I think I might be able to run on that relay, and just as long as you get him the baton, you may have a chance at a medal. He is that fast. To Eric Tate, also one of the unbelievably gifted, talented Buckeyes, maybe the up back. As Rowe goes back deep for the Buckeyes.
Back deep for the Buckeyes, number 10, Amari Hamilton.
Along with number 10, Amari Hamilton. The young sophomore, Mr. Webb, up with to Eric Tate, number 7, the up man. Number 13 for the Buckeyes, the G-man, Jeremiah Noble. And number 4, Cade Bowman, are behind that line. Let's see what the Eagles do to try to keep these Buckeyes pinned up to start this game. Kicking to the south end. Here's the kick. It's a pooch kick. It's aimed towards Mr. Webb. He takes it at his own 30, gets upfield, makes one man miss, gets across to the 37 where the Buckeyes will set up shop, 1st and 10. A good return from the young sophomore. He's been targeted the last 3 games on kickoffs and has done an amazing job. We'll see what Caden Bowman does, or excuse me, Caden Tennyson does here. Start these Buckeyes off 1st and 10 from their own 37 to start this game. Empty backfield now with Caden. 2 split receivers to the boundary side, 3 to the wide side of the field. Here's the snap. Caden drops back. He's going to throw a quick screen out to number 9. That's Ashton Haynes. Ashton's down after a quick 2-yard gain. That's a positive play for the Buckeyes to start. That will take the ball back to the left hash, and the Buckeyes trying to establish some rhythm on offense here to start things off. Ashton got tripped up a little bit there. He now joins Caden in the backfield. 2 receivers to the left, 2 to the right. Ashton jumps to the other side of Caden. Here's the snap. Once again, it's a quick pass out to Eric Tate. And look out, folks. He's up the sideline, and he is making tracks. And, folks, he is out of bounds all the way to the 25-yard line. That is just the sheer speed of Eric Tate, number 7. And it does not take much. It's just a quick hitch out to Eric, and he turns on the afterburners all the way down to the 26-yard line. And the Buckeyes, just like that, 36 seconds into this ball game, knocking on the door of the red zone. 1st and 10 Buckeyes from the Eagles 26. It's Caden in the shotgun. He drops back once again to pass, throws a quick out route. Number 4, Cade Bowman, makes the catch inside the 20. That is a 6-yard pickup for the Buckeyes on 1st down, and Caden is now in a rhythm. He is 3 for 3. The Buckeyes have done nothing but throw the football. So if these Lindale Eagles doubted the young sophomore's ability to throw the ball, they have seen the last 4 plays. The Buckeyes march down into the red zone. 2nd down and 3 now. They need the 16 for a first. Ashton switching sides. Now motion. Here's Roe Fluellen. Joins him in the backfield. Here's the snap. It's going to be a handoff to Fluellen. He gets to the outside. Ashton gets a big cut and gets back to the 20. So good job in pursuit there by the Lindale defense. Lost a yard on the first run of the night for the Buckeyes. Brings up 3rd down and 4.
Brings up 3rd down for the Buckeyes.
6 men in the box here for the Eagles. 3 down linemen and 3 linebackers who will come in any time. It's a power running formation. Here's Roe Fluellen in motion. Caden takes the snap, hands it off to number 9, Ashton Haynes, and he squirts ahead for a 1st down for the Buckeyes down to the 13. Does what Ashton, A-Money as they call him, does, and just picks up the big yardage on 3rd down. 2 minutes into this ball game, the Buckeyes have marched the length of the field by the legs of number 7 to Eric Tate in that big run. And now Ashton Haynes taking his turn. 1st and 10 Buckeyes. Here's a jet sweep to Roe Fluellen. He's got a block. He does not go down, but good pursuit on that jet sweep by the Eagles. They've seen that play once or twice. Roe picks up maybe a yard on 1st down, brings up 2nd and 9 from the Lindale 12. The Buckeyes already in field goal position.
Picks up 1, brings up
the
2nd
kicker,
down
Jose
for the Buckeyes.
Gavea, senior. Very capable, out to about 40 yards. 9:15 left in this contest. First drive of the night for the Buckeyes. Caden takes the snap, hands it to Ashton. He cuts left. He breaks one tackle. And he is brought down for no gain by a swarming Eagles defense, who now have the Buckeyes 3rd down and 9 from their 13. This Lindale defense trying to bow their necks.
No gain brings up 3rd down for
Coach Metzel's strategy of receiving the opening kickoff working out good so far. These Buckeyes really need to pick up a 1st down here. They can do that down to the Eagle 3. Of course, a touchdown wouldn't be bad either. Number 17, Rope Llewellyn, out to the right-hand side with a big cushion. He comes in motion. Caden's going to roll to his right. And there he's got a man open, but he throws incomplete. Caden just missed his man, and Jose Govea is going to get an opportunity to put points on the board to get a positive outcome in this drive. But that is a good defensive stand by Lindale, stopping the Buckeyes in 2 running plays for 1 yard, forcing them into a field goal situation on 4th down and 9. Number 18 in for the Buckeyes, Jaden Edmond, the backup quarterback in to hold. Govea in for the extra point. This is going to be a 29-yard attempt. Here's the snap, hold, kick is up, and it is good, and the Buckeyes lead 3-0 with 8:21 left here in this 1st quarter. We'll be right back after a word from our sponsors.
2-time Hall of Fame inductees, Brent Godarzi and Marty Young. Back-to-back #1 trucking firm in the nation. Back-to-back best attorney and best law firm in East Texas.
$3 a ticket or 2 tickets for $5. Tickets are only sold in the 1st and
It's
2nd
fully loaded,
quarter.
great gas mileage, 30,000 miles.
I like it. What else do you have?
Here's one. It's fully loaded, great gas mileage, 30,000 miles.
Looks like the same car.
Exactly the same. But this one's $120 less per month.
What's the catch?
No catch if you use Credit Union of Texas. Let me show you.
With the Credit Union of Texas Flex Auto Loan, you get the car of your dreams, lower payments, no hassle. Get started now at cutx.org.
Back to the action here in Lindale Eagle Stadium as your Gilmer Buckeyes take the opening kickoff, march down into the red zone for a field goal, lead 3-0 with 8:21 left in the 1st quarter. Here's the kick. Govea, a nice high kick all the way down to the 20. And the Buckeyes swarm and make the tackle at the 31-yard line. That was a 9-play drive with 4 passes and 5 rushes. Not many rushing yards, only 6 yards on that drive. Most of that drive was on the legs of Eric Tate, who took that little hitch route about his own 40 and took it down inside the 26. Buckeye offense stalled out down at the 13. Lindale defense held. But Govea good with the field goal. This is now the Black Flags' opportunity to try to get off the field. 1st and 10 Lindale from their own 31-yard line. Pistol formation, packed. It's going to be a run straight up the middle. The Buckeyes are going to stuff that one after about a 2-yard gain. That's number 5, Big Seth Jordan, joined by number 44. Kind of the heart of the Buckeye defense, Braylon Ward. They ran right at
Tackle made by number 5, Seth
interior of that Buckeye defense. And that's exactly what Lindale wants to do behind that big and disciplined offensive line. It is a power spread run out of the pistol formation. The quarterback will run the ball as well. Once again, handoff up the middle. That got maybe another 2 yards. Bring up a big 3rd down and 6 for the Buckeye defense. Watch for number 8, the quarterback for the Lindale Eagles, Clint Thurman. He will roll out on run pass options, and he's quick. He's about a 4.7 40 guy, but he is really shifty, and he is really tough in terms of hanging on to the football. Big opportunity here for the Buckeye defense. Here's the snap. He is going to run the football, and he gets stuffed on the interior, maybe picks up 2 yards, and it's going to be a 3 and out for the Buckeye Black Flag defense, exactly what they wanted to have. And on comes the punting unit on 4th down and 4 for the Lindale Eagles.
Short pickup brings up 4th down for the Eagles.
Punter's number 15, Wyatt Parker. He'll be punting from about his own 25 to Eric Tate is deep. You got to watch out for all kinds of things here as the Lindale Eagles very much prepared and wouldn't put it past the Lindale Eagles to try a fake here as they're running guys on late. Play clock's down to 5 seconds. They don't have much time. They're going to have to call a timeout, folks. Big mistake there mentally by the Lindale Eagles, not being prepared and burn a timeout here in this first quarter. 6:33 left to go, 3-0. Your Gilmer Buckeyes lead. We'll be right back after these messages.
Crowley Funeral Home has been serving families in Gilmer since 1883. Funeral director and Gilmer High School graduate Troy Murray leads the professional staff at Crowley Funeral Home and is committed to providing dignified, respectful, and compassionate assistance to every family in their time of need. Crowley Funeral Home feels strongly about maintaining high standards of excellent service while still keeping prices affordable. At Crowley Funeral Home, we treat your family as our own.
Gilmer National Bank is your hometown community bank, serving people in East Texas for over a century. We are your neighbors, friends, and partners in making this a great place to live. Our employees make us a special place to do business. We are there for you when you need us. Come by and see us and find out what makes people say, "That's my bank." Gilmer National Bank, an equal opportunity lender and member FDIC.
Here's the punt for the Lindale Eagles. Takes the snap and is going to punt this one away. Tarek is going to take this one on a bounce. It is going to take an Eagle bounce down inside the 10-yard line, inside the 5, and out of bounds. Tarek maybe could have come up and taken that one on the hop, but elected to stay away. And the Buckeye offense will have their second drive of the night. 6:22 left here in the first quarter with a 3-0 lead. Now 95 yards away from pay dirt. Of course, the Lindale Eagles very aware of the speed and talent at all positions. As a matter of fact, the head coach, Chris Cochran, was quoted in the Tyler media of saying that the Buckeyes have about a 10x multiplier effect on their normal speed and athletic ability. And I got to tell you, I'm not complaining. Caden standing at his own goal line. He takes the snap, drops back to pass, and he's going to go up top, and he's going to give Rowan Fluellen a shot at about the 40. And Rowe almost made a play, but that is good coverage by the corner, giving him a soft cushion. Running back, I'm not sure that Caden could do anything except just give him a shot at that one. And hey, if it's Rowe Fluellen man-to-man, you like your chances every time that you go up for the ball. Now twins to the left is to Eric Tate and Rowe. Once again, Caden standing in his own goal line. Hands off this time. It's going to be out to about the 8 or 9 yard line, and that's going to be number 9, Ashton Haynes. Give the Buckeyes a little bit of breathing room. It's going to be about 3rd and 7. The Buckeyes need to get out to about the 22-yard line for a first down. Coach Cochran and the Eagles trying to flip the field here on the Buckeyes after an excellent punt from number 15, Wyatt Parker. Let's see if the Buckeyes can convert here on 3rd down. Takes the snap, drops back the pass. It's a blitz. Caden's going to rush, and he's in the open field, and he gets down to about the 15-yard line, about a 2 yards shy of a first down. Let's see what Coach Metzel does. He's going to punt the football. Too early in this game to go for it this deep in your end zone. So a good defensive stand there as Lindale picks their spot to blitz. Caden almost made him pay for that one, but was just a couple of yards short. Now let's see if the Buckeye punt is as effective as the Eagles punt just was. 6 seconds on the play clock. They'll snap it deep. It's a rugby-style kick. And this will hit about the 50-yard line and take an Eagle bounce backwards before the Buckeyes get on it. That's number 20 for the Buckeyes covering that punt. Castillo's a linebacker, but the Eagles start 1st and 10 inside Buckeye territory at the Buckeye 42. Excellent starting field position, so Coach Cochran, field position strategy works out good on that one, but the first offensive drive was a 3-and-out for the Eagles. The Buckeyes would like nothing more than to duplicate that or maybe come up with a turnover. Once again, this power spread formation, they look to run the ball to set up the pass and possess the ball and move the chains. Haven't done that so far. Patrick Daniels is the running back in the backfield, the junior. He'll take this handoff. He'll try to get outside, and he gets swallowed up by the Buckeye defense. Loss of about 2. And the Eagles going backwards. 2nd and 12 now from their own 44. 4.5 minutes left to play in this first quarter. The G-Man, the young sophomore Jeremiah Noble, and folks, you'll hear his name a whole lot for these next 3 years. He is mega talented for these young Buckeyes. Here comes motion. Here's 2nd down. This is going to be a quarterback draw up the middle. Tough quarterback Thurman running. He maybe gets 5 yards on that carry, brings up 3rd down and now 6. As Clint Thurman runs really tough, they motion everybody out and he runs to the boundary side behind the big right tackle. And everybody's big on that offensive line for Lindale. They take tight splits. They essentially try to move the line of scrimmage. Unsuccessfully in the first 3rd down attempt. Let's see what the Buckeyes do here. Handoff straight ahead. He's into the open field. Down to the 30 with a 1st down for the Eagles is Patrick Daniels. That is the first time that the Eagles got to move the chains. And they're inside the 30. That's exactly what Lindale wants to do. Run the clock, keep the ball on the ground. With 3 minutes and 30 seconds left here in the first quarter, Coach Cochran trailing 3-0, feels like he dodged a bullet on that first drive for the Buckeyes, only coming away with a field goal, now driving deep in Buckeye territory. Here's a pass broken up by the Buckeyes, stops the clock. That was a quick slant route, broken up by number 12. That's Zach Easley.
2nd down for the Eagles.
2nd and 10 now for the Eagles. And it's a quick pass out, and it is incomplete once again. That's going to be 2nd and 10. Now 3rd and 10. 2 incomplete passes for Lindale. Really stops the momentum they had on that drive. Folks, this is bad because number 1, it stops the clock, and number 2, it puts them behind the chains. They have a hard time with their athleticism really hitting home runs, and 3rd and 10 for them right now would be a home run. Let's see if they run a run-pass option. We've seen this on film with Thurman out to the right-hand side as they split yet another receiver into the slot. Buckeye secondary adjusts. And here is a quarterback draw to the left-hand side, and that's going to be sniffed out by the Buckeyes and stopped at the 25, bringing up 4th down and just over 5 yards, maybe 6. Now Coach Cochran's really got a challenge here on his hands. What do you do? Looks like the offense is going to stay on the field on 4th and 6, and the Buckeye black flag defense with an opportunity to stuff Lindale and get off the field. This is a big down, probably the biggest down of the game so far. They have shifted to the strong wide side of the field and run Thurman to the left several times. This is going to be a rollout to the right, and once again, Thurman's going to keep it. And he gets run down, but not before he picks up a 1st down at the 19-yard line. 1st down Eagles. And that's pretty much what's in the playbook, folks, on 3rd and long. It's roll the dice with Thurman, and he is just enough inside the red zone as the Buckeye black flag defense with an opportunity to get off the field there and don't account for the quarterback. He's about 40% of their offense on the ground, folks, and he is going to keep it more often than not. 1st and 10 Lindale. Let's see if they go back to the running game. They do here with number 7. Once again, he gets 2 yards, and that is Eagle football, folks. Just push the line of scrimmage and get 2 and 3 yards in a cloud of dust. That's what they are looking to do. As we're down under 2 minutes to play here. As the Buckeyes have been only limited to 2 drives here. One of those drives started at their own 5-yard line. And after that 3 and out, that plays into the Lindale Eagles' hands. Once again, here's a pass out to the left-hand side. Incomplete. That was a drop in the end zone. So that's going to be 3rd down once again at 8 as Thurman throws a really pretty ball. Well covered by Easley one-on-one on that left-hand side, and the receiver just had the ball go right through his hands. Excuse me, that was 10 Hamilton, I think, on the defensive play. Once again, folks, look for Thurman, number 8. Account for his legs, 3rd down and 8. I think they are in field goal range. They would love to be tied at the end of this first quarter. 1:34 left to play. One split. And folks, they did not get this ball off. This is going to be 5 yards back as they took too much time. And that is a huge mistake there by the Lindale Eagles, making a challenging 3rd and 8 into a very challenging 3rd and 13 now as they take a delay of game penalty and come back out to their 22-yard line of the Buckeyes. They need to get all the way down to the 10.
3rd down for Lindale.
Also stops the clock. May also push them out of field goal range. Boy, turnover would be huge here for this Buckeye Black Flag defense. Look for them to go to the air once again here on 3rd and 12, a passing situation, as they're going to go right back to the same play. But that is almost intercepted by the Buckeyes, going to bring up 4th down and 12. This is a kicking situation, I think, here for Lindale. And this is going to be, after the spot, almost a 40-yard field goal, 39-yard field goal. Going to be attempted by number 20, the kicker, Seth Baggett, for Lindale. He wasn't exactly accurate from this distance warming up. Try to notice that during warm-ups and see what it is. There is a slight breeze blowing out of the west. Number 20, Baggett in on the kick. Let's see what happens here. Is a little bit of a high snap. He kicks it, and it is going to get in and be good. And we've got a tie ball game, folks. 1:22 left here in the first quarter. And boy, these Eagles are fired up. They feel like they're in this game. We'll be right back after these messages.
At Farmers Insurance, we've seen almost everything, so we know how to cover almost anything, even a rock and wreck. He rocked and rolled right into it, but we covered it. At Farmers, we know a thing or two because we've seen a thing or two.
We are farmers. Bum, 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 bum.
And back to Eagles Stadium, where the Lindale Eagles, after flipping the field on the Buckeyes, get great starting field position on that last drive from their own, or excuse me, from the Buckeye 41. Black flag bows its neck down inside the red zone. And we've got 3-3 tie with 1:22 left to play in this game. 22 yards on that last drive, 0 passing, all 2 first downs and all yards gained rushing for the Eagles. They're going to pooch kick this. It's going to hit. It's a live ball. The Buckeyes fall on it. Webb at the 30. Is Lindale doing everything possible to keep the ball away from those dangerous Buckeye returners, but they set the Buckeyes up. Had excellent field position at their own 30 for their 3rd drive of the game. 1:21 left in the first quarter. The Buckeyes 70 yards away. As that last drive was a little bit challenging, they took the shot up top to Roe Flewellen to try to make a big play off the goal line. Let's see what Tennyson and the Buckeyes do here. It's going to be a quarterback draw to the left-hand side, and that gets bottled up quickly for a 2-yard loss as the Buckeyes try to establish the running game, kind of give Lindale a taste of their own medicine, but they are stacking 8 guys down there in that box, trying to make the young sophomore prove what he can do with his arm, which he did on the first drive of the game. 5 passes, he was 5 for 5 for about 60 yards. Offset back to the left. This is going to be a quick pass out to Flewellen. He makes one man miss, and look out, folks, he is off to the races. Roe Flewellen with a stiff arm all the way out to the 45-yard line in a first down, and Roe doing what Roe does. Just takes that hitch route, much like Eric Tate did on the last drive, and he turns that into big positive yards for the Buckeyes all the way out to their own 42-yard line. 35 seconds left to play here in this first quarter. The referee, for some reason, stepping in. Unsure what that was about. Les Caden will snap it quickly. He drops back to pass. He throws this ball out and short. It's going to be incomplete and stop the clock with 17 seconds left in this first quarter. 3-3 is your score. That is the first incompletion for Caden. We just kind of short-armed that one a little bit. That was intended for the wide out on the left side on that little comeback route. 3 receivers wide to the left now, 2nd down and 10. See if they bring pressure, and they do. And Caden feels it and gets upfield, and here he goes, folks. He is dangerous. He's at the 50, he's at the 40. He hits the Jets, gets all the way down to the 37-yard line. And much like Big Brother, Caden can roll, folks. He is a dangerous athlete. They bring pressure off the left-hand side, and Caden makes them pay. 1st and 10 Buckeyes at the 38 with 8 seconds left here in this first quarter.
Buckeyes from the Lindale 38.
Twins left and twins to the right. Offset back to the right is Ashton Haynes. Caden's going to take this snap, hand it to Haynes, who takes it, gets upfield, runs over a man. First down Buckeyes all the way down to the 26-yard line, where we will end this first quarter on a positive note for the Buckeyes. It's going to be 1st and 10 when we come back with the second quarter. Tie ball game 3-3, but the Buckeyes knocking on the door on their 3rd drive of the night. We'll be right back after these messages.
That's the end.
When tragedy strikes, you don't want to be in a position where you're second guessing your lawyer's ability or the resolve to get you fairly compensated. When you hire Godarzi & Young, you know you're hiring a law firm that has nationally ranked settlements and verdicts. We have over 2 decades of experience holding 18-wheeler companies accountable for their negligent action. Don't make the mistake of hiring anybody else. Hire the best. Hire Godarzi & Young.
Do you enjoy watching your favorite TV programs on your smartphone or tablet? Or maybe you'd rather watch them on your Roku or Amazon Fire TV. Tired of having to change your TV input from your old traditional cable to watch your favorite streaming apps? If so, we have great news for you. eTex is making the move to streaming and has launched a new app. eTex TV allows you to watch over 130 channels in Full HD on your streaming or mobile devices. This means you can simply download the eTex TV app, subscribe, and start watching.
1st and 10 Buckeyes from the 28-yard line of the Lindale Eagles. Caden takes a snap, looks deep, scrambles out to the right-hand side, throws it out to the right. That ball is actually caught but out of bounds. It's going to bring up 2nd and 10 for the Buckeyes. 49 yards passing. That's Caden's only second incompletion after 7 completions in the first quarter for 49 yards.
Ruled incomplete.
This is about the side of the field where Lindale kind of bowed their neck, bringing pressure from those linebackers in that 3-3 set. Only 6 men in the box. Really making the Buckeyes guess. They hand it off to Ashton Haynes. He puts his foot in the ground and moves the pile out about 4 yards. Going to bring up 3rd down and 6 for the Buckeyes now. Critical juncture in this drive once again, knocking on the door of field goal territory, but the Buckeyes do not want field goals. Wouldn't be surprised to see this be 4-down territory for Alan Metzel and the Buckeyes. Trips out to the left-hand side, including Ro Fluellen in the slot. Ashton Haynes offset to the left of Caden Jennison on the right hash. Here's the snap. They're going to fire it out to Fluellen. He takes it and he slips 2 tackles, stays on his feet down to the 8-yard line. 1st down, and that's just Rowe being Rowe. Breaking tackles, his balance is so incredible, folks. It doesn't matter his run after catch. You're going to have to tackle him and put him on the ground. He is so strong, but his balance is incredible. 1st and goal, Buckeyes. Twins to the right, they hand it to Haynes straight up the middle, and he powers his way, fighting all the way down to the 3-yard line. 2nd and goal, what a strong run from number 9, first team All-State running back, Ashton Haynes. And the Buckeye offense has it rolling right now, folks. Looking to take this to a 10-3 lead. Here's Ashton up the middle, puts his head down. That is going to be no gain and bring up 3rd down. They're going to say that he lost a half a yard. The beef package comes in for the Buckeyes with Braylon Ward. And big number 0 for the Buckeyes. That's Aaron Bell. Big interception earlier this season against Chapel Hill. He's going to be the lead blocker. Snap, and they're going to hand it off to Ashton. He puts his head down. And Lindale is going to hold. That's going to bring up 4th down. And goal. As the offense stays on the field. Coach Metzel and the Buckeyes saying we have got to put it in the end zone right here. The Lindale Eagles, who have done a good job containing these explosive Buckeyes, especially down close to the goal line, have one more stop to make here for a goal line stand. 4th down Buckeyes. Let's see if they can put it in the end zone. Offset back to the right is Ashton Haynes. Here's the snap. It's going to be a fake inside draw pass and a touchdown Buckeyes. What a great play call to Aaron Bell. The Buckeyes had worked on that one and it was executed to perfection. We have not seen that play. That is put in specially for the Lindale Eagles. And just like that, with 9:22 left to play in this first half, the Gilmer Buckeyes cash in on a 70-yard drive on the arm of Caden Tennyson. We'll see if the Buckeyes do shift, and Govea is going to attempt the extra point to try to bring this lead to 10-3. There's the snap. Kick is up, and it is good. And just like that, the Buckeyes answer. 10-3 Gilmer. 9:22 left here in this first half. We'll be right back after these messages.
Texas Heritage National Bank would like to invite the Buckeye Nation to visit our new full-service bank in Gilmer. We're conveniently located on Highway 271 and Rebud Street with a brand new facility ready to serve our friends and neighbors. We offer competitive rates on all of our deposit products, as well as some great options for business financing to help your business grow from 5 employees to 500 employees. Texas Heritage National Bank would also like to take this time to thank all the teachers, administrators, and school board for investing in the future of our kiddos. We'd also like to wish all the student athletes a wonderful and safe year. Come see us soon.
Back to the action where your Gilmer Buckeyes have taken a lead of 10-3 with 9:22 left in the first half. They kick off for the second time tonight. Govea. That was Ashton Haynes on that touchdown reception. Well-conceived play by Coach Lipsy in this Buckeye offense as we got a pooch kick. It's going to come to the 32 where it's taken. And look out. He breaks into the open field. And once again, the Buckeye special teams gets bit a little bit there as a big return to the pooch kick up man all the way to the Buckeye 26-yard line as Lindale answers almost immediately. Govea makes the tackle.
Buckeye territory, 1st and 10.
And the black flag with their backs against the wall to start this drive. So that special teams play backfires on the Buckeyes after the touchdown. 9:11 left once again if you're just joining us here in Lindale, Texas. Once again, the pistol formation, it is power football from the Eagles, even from the spread formation. Thurman takes the handoff, hands it. Now he's going to roll out to his right. He's going to throw, and that ball is incomplete. Good coverage there by 2 Buckeyes on the play. That's number 25 for the Gilmer Buckeyes. That's actually number 25 because Braden Rash does not cover kicks. That's Jamar Bird on the coverage. Along with number 1, Tyson Wilson, the safety captain. 2nd and 10 as the Buckeyes dodge that first blow there. Thurman's going to hand off straight up the middle. No, he's going to keep that one himself. Hard nose, he's going to get about, let's call that 6-7 yards down to the 20-yard line. It's going to bring up 3rd and 3. As when in doubt, Thurman will use his legs. We've seen it on film time and time again. As he makes that fake and then he makes no bones about it. He rolls out, looks for a lane and cuts it up. Do we have a penalty? I'm not sure what we're waiting on here, folks. As the clock is stopped, and we must have had a flag. That's offsides against the Buckeyes. They're going to replay 2nd down and take the 5-yard penalty. So instead of it being 3rd and 3 from the 20, it will be 2nd and 5 from the 22. As Buckeyes have their first penalty of the night is offsides. And Coach Cochran elects to take the extra down and lose the 2 yards. Here's Thurman in the backfield. He hands off to number 7, Takes a big hit, but not before he picks up a first down at the 15-yard line inside the red zone now, as Lindale looks to use that big kick return. Patrick Daniels on the black flag. Defense for the Buckeyes looking to make a stand here. 1st and 10. He looked to the sideline for the play. As Lindale has really had no opportunities through the air tonight. Everything's been on the ground, either through Patrick or Thurman, the quarterback. Once again, this is the quarterback keeping, and he's all the way down to the 5-yard line on that run option. Once again, folks, just look for Thurman to keep the ball and use his legs. He picks up 5 yards down to the 10. 8 minutes left to play in this first half. Lindale has managed through this first half of the game to keep this close, doing what they do, executing, taking what the Buckeye defense gives them, and taking advantage on special teams to start this drive from the Buckeye 27. Not much to defend for the Buckeyes. They need a negative play here. Thurman hands off to Patrick straight up the middle. And they push the pile. And they're going to say he got 4 yards on that carry. Unbelievable, as he took first contact at the line of scrimmage. Braylon Ward a little shaken up on that play as he comes out, and it's 3rd down and 1 yard to go. They are inside the 6, and they need the 5.5 for a first down. Running clock here, 7 minutes to play in this first half. Buckeyes lead 10-3, but Lindale more than knocking on the door here. They are absolutely threatening to score. Once again, the power pistol formation. Here's Thurman on the snap. He's going to hand it straight up the middle to Patrick. And fumble. The ball. Oh, that is a helmet, not the ball. My goodness. I thought that was a fumble at the goal line. But no, that was a Buckeye losing his helmet.
Daniels, the ball carrier, stopped by number 12, Zachary Easley, but not before picking up enough yards for
so Lindale at the 1 yard line, 1st and goal. Look for Thurman to keep the ball here or hand it off to the big back, the power back for Lindale. That is number 24, Devin Daniels. As they blow this into play under 7 minutes. Lindale looking to equal this score. He goes up the middle, and he does not get in. He gains a half yard. That's going to be 2nd and goal as he picks up a half a yard.
Devin Daniels,
Lindale getting a good push from that big offensive line.
Tyson Wilson with the initial stop for Gilmer. Brings up 2nd down.
Number 44, Braylon Ward, out of the game at this point. He's watching from the sideline. See if they go back to Devin Daniels once again, straight ahead. This is a touchdown. So with 6:20 left, Lindale powers it in and manages to hang around. These Gilmer Buckeyes wind up paying for that special teams mistake on the pooch kick that gets returned on a big return all the way down to their own 26, and Lindale eats up about 4 minutes on the ground to pull it to within 1 point with the extra point left to come here. Snap, hold, kick, donk off the goal line, off the goal post, and he missed, and the Buckeyes are going to maintain a 10-9 lead here with a mixed extra point. That might be big later on, folks, but let's go to our sponsors and a quick commercial break. We'll be right back with the conclusion of the first half right after this.
It's gonna be alright. How can you tell? I feel it in my heart. It's gonna be okay.
Juicy's Burgers, serving you for over 40 years.
Back to the action here as the Buckeyes on their last kickoff after taking a 10-3 lead. Pooch kick it to the up man who returns it almost 50 yards to the Buckeye 26. 4.5 minutes later, the Lindale Eagles get to pay dirt to bring this score to 10-9 after they missed the extra point. 6 runs on that drive, 27 yards, 1 pass for 0 yards. As now the special teams is going to fall with a pooch kick to the Buckeyes. That one's going to go out of bounds. Coach Cochran and the Lindale Eagles may actually be happy with that, as we got a flag down. 4 out of bounds and illegal procedure. Referee talking to Coach Metzel about what his options are going to be. Coach Metzel may back him up and have him kick it again. Offense is on the field. And that is going to give the Buckeyes 1st and 10 from their own 34-yard line. Good field position, 6:18 left. 10-9 is the lead for the Buckeyes. Remember, they win 95% of their games when they score 30 points or more. They are on track to do exactly that. But Lindale has been successful in staying in this game and limiting the Buckeyes' offensive possessions. It's going to be a handoff straight ahead to number 22, Will Henderson. And look out, folks, the speedster. Oh, he is a step away from being G-O-N-E gone as he spurts out to the 50-yard line. And he was 1 step away from showing that 10-4 100-meter speed. Expected to maybe be the state champion in the 100 meters in 4A the next 2 years. That is the fastest 17-year-old on this continent, folks. And he can go. 1st and 10 Buckeyes from midfield. Caden takes this one, throws it out to Eric Tate. He makes one man miss to the inside. He stays on his feet, and he gets down to the 44-yard line of Lindale for a nice pickup on 1st down. So dangerous to Eric Tate. Another one was speedster for the Buckeyes. They've just got weapons all over the field, and they spread them out and get them the ball. This Buckeye offense trying to catch fire here in this second quarter. 2nd and 4. Here's Webb. They're going to hand that to number 22 straight ahead. And look out, folks. The speedster, he is gone. Will the Tomahawk just showed you why speed is everything as he busts that one. Will Henderson, all he needs is a little bit of a seam, and the angles for the defense just disappear because the Tomahawk folks can absolutely fly, and he hit the jets on that one. It did not take long, folks, under a minute for these Buckeyes to respond. You put in the lightning, you've seen the thunder for the first 3 drives with Ashton Haynes, the first-team All-State running back. And you see the lightning there with the Tomahawk, Will Henderson. Here's the extra point kick is up, and it is no good. So Govea misses one, and now it's a 7-point lead. 16-9, your Buckeyes lead with 5:16 left in the first half. We'll be right back after these messages.
At First National Bank, together we're better. We're a regional bank, big enough for all of East Texas, that cares and is invested in the people and communities we serve, with the strength and services to meet the needs of every customer, big or small. From business financing for big companies and small mom and pops to our family of personal banking customers. First National Bank of East Texas. Together, we're better. And we think that's kind of a big deal.
So the blazing speed of Will Tomahawk Henderson, once again after a 46-yard scamper, puts the Buckeyes on the board. 16-9 now their lead with 5:16 left in the first half. Let's see if these Buckeyes can keep from stepping on a landmine here on special teams. The last kick was returned 50-plus yards and really put the defense in a bind, starting and defending from their own 26. Let's see what Coach Metzel does here on special teams now that the Buckeyes answer behind the blazing speed of Will Henderson. And it is 16-9. The Buckeyes almost 2/3 of the way to that magic 30-point number where they win 95% of their games. Thank you, Mr. Joe Dodd, for providing us with that stat. Govea back deep to kick. And here's the kick once again. He pushes this straight up into the air, taken at the 30-yard line, and tackled just short of the 40. Still going to be good field position. That last drive, 3 rushes for 56 yards, 1 pass for 10 yards.
Brought down by number 13.
As the Buckeyes go 66 yards to pay dirt. Once again, that 46-yard scamper from Will Henderson doing most of the damage. And if you're Coach Cochran over here on this Lindale sideline, you just hold your breath every time that the ball goes to number 22 or 17 or 7. Equally dangerous Lindale 60 yards away. Thurman's going to use his legs once more, and he picks up enough for a first down. Number 8, the quarterback from Lindale. We've said it all night.
Number 2, Kendall Jackson.
This is what
Not before
the Lindale Eagles do.
Lindale Eagles.
Just takes the snap and becomes the running back after spreading everybody else out. That's why they call it a power spread out of the pistol formation. Patrick once again in the back behind Thurman. They're going to hand it to him straight up the middle. Number 44, Ward, stops that one after about a 2-yard gain down to the Buckeye 47. As we click down to about 4:30 left to play in this first half, the Buckeyes would so dearly love to get the ball back here and take a 2-score lead in at halftime as they receive to start this game and will kick to Lindale to start the second half. 16-9 the lead the Buckeyes have, but it is 2nd down and 8 now for Lindale, who have driven the ball after that Thurman first down run into Buckeye territory. Here's Thurman once again, going to hand it off to Patrick up the middle. He bounces it outside, and the Buckeyes get lost, and he gets the corner. That's at the 35-yard line, picking up another first down. And that's number 16 for the Buckeyes, who just gets caught up inside. That's Harrison Lofton.
Knocked out of bounds, but not before picking up another Lindale Eagles.
Just loses contained with Patrick. The Buckeye interior did a good job in stifling that, but Mr. Lofton just got caught inside, and Patrick got the corner. Once again, folks, this is a very, very, very good Lindale team. They don't make many mistakes, and they execute very well. 3 yards in a cloud of dust, and you see the dangerous Thurman. Because once again, he's going to run up the middle, and he gets 5 yards as they just put a man in motion and run to the backside. Picking up 5 yards on first down is a success for the Lindale Eagles and their formula to stay in this game. Number 24 comes in for Lindale. That's their power back. That's Devin Daniels in the backfield with Thurman instead of Patrick Daniels. Yes, there is a relation. 2nd and 5 from Lindale. Take the snap. They're going to hand it to Daniels once again. He goes up the middle and gets close to the first down marker. It's going to be 3rd down and 1. And boy, if there was ever time for a negative play from the black flag, it is right now. As the Buckeyes continue to play a lot of players. Buckeyes going in and out, keeping fresh legs and trying to play all the way to the 4th quarter. They expect that tonight from Lindale. They had a hard-fought game last week against the Van Vandals that they won in the 4th quarter. Coach Cochran here very proud of that. He's going to have to do it tonight too here. Here's Thurman. There's a mix-up in the backfield. They're going to throw it deep to number 9, and he catches that for a touchdown. Number 4, Bowman, just loses track of the football. He's right in great position, but he does not see the ball. That may be a blessing in disguise for the Buckeyes, and that they give up that score relatively quickly as Bowman gives up the touchdown pass, playing one-on-one to the outside. Darren Thurman to throw the ball. He just puts it up, and number 9, Ethan Moretti, goes up and just makes a play. And here's the snap and the kick, and it is good. And we've got a tie ball game, folks. 16-16 with 2:48 left to play here in this first half. We'll be right back after these messages.
Please join Jeff Rash and Alan Metzel each Monday morning for the Gilmer Buckeyes Coaches Show. Every week, Jeff and Alan discuss elements of the program, speak with special guests, give player updates, review key plays from the prior week, and give insights on the opponent for the current week. As a fan, this is your chance to go into the locker room and behind the scenes. To view the Coaches Show, go to GilmerBuckeyes.com and click on the Coaches Show button. Go Buckeyes!
Back to the action here, 2:48 left to play in the first half.
Two-time Hall of Fame inductees.
The first completion of the night for the Lindale Eagles is a good one. Five runs on that drive for 35 yards. One pass for 27 for the touchdown.
Llewellyn and Hamilton back deep for Gilmer.
So we're going to see if we've got a deep pass, or excuse me, a deep kick. As the kicker backs up like he's going to kick it deep, and he does. He's going to kick it deep to Hamilton, who takes it and bobbles it, picks it up at the 3, and now is going to try to return it. He does have a seam as Hamilton gets it out to about the 20-yard line. That's the worst starting field position for the Buckeyes after a kickoff all night. 2:39. The Buckeyes do have all 3 timeouts left. Plenty of time here for a drive, especially behind the legs of the Tomahawk. Number 22, Will Henderson, who's back in at running back. Twins to the left, wide side of the field. That's Bowman and Flewellen. Offset back to the left is Henderson. 1st and 10 at their own 20-yard line, the Buckeyes start. There's a snap, it's a handoff to Henderson. He makes one man miss, and he goes up the middle, and look out, folks, all the way out to the 40, and let me tell you, he is some kind of fast, as he looks like he puts everybody else in slow motion when he hits 2nd gear, and 20 yards later, Will Henderson runs through the first contact at the line of scrimmage and bursts forward for 20 yards before you can blink. And here come the Buckeyes. 1st and 10 now from the Buckeye 40. Llewellyn in motion. They're going to fake that. Caden goes up the middle, and he's going to be dropped for a 4-yard loss. Timeout now by Coach Metzel and the Buckeyes. We're going to take a timeout as well. We'll be right back after these messages.
Two-time Hall of Fame inductees, Brent Godarzi and Marty Young. Back-to-back #1 trucking firm in the nation. Back-to-back best attorney and best law firm in East Texas.
It's fully loaded, great gas mileage, 30,000-mile warranty.
I like it. What else do you have?
Here's one. It's fully loaded, great gas mileage, 30,000-mile warranty.
Looks like the same car.
Exactly the same. But this one's $120 less per month.
What's the catch?
No catch if you use Credit Union of Texas. Let me show you.
With the Credit Union of Texas Flex Auto Loan, you get the car of your dreams, lower payments, no hassle. Get started now at cutx.org.
Back to the action here after the Buckeyes take a timeout. After that 4-yard loss, they fake a reverse to Flewellen. Obviously not well enough as the Lindale Eagle linebacking core not fooled as they chop down Caden Tennyson for a 4-yard loss. Going to bring up 2nd and 14 now from the Buckeye 36. 2 minutes left. We got a 16-16 tie ball game, folks. Twins to the right-hand side. Caden takes this, drops back to pass, throws an out route. That is caught. That's going to pick up 10 yards. Bring up 3rd down and 5. That is a long way to throw the ball. Caden Tennyson makes a good pass.
With the stop, gain of 5 brings up 3rd down and 5.
3rd and 5 now with 1:42 left. See if this is 4-down territory for Coach Metzel and the Buckeyes. Caden takes the snap, drops back. They're going to fire it out to Flewellen, who does catch that out to the 49-yard line, close to a 1st down.
Tennyson's pass complete.
Let's see if Coach Metzel leaves the offense on the field and rolls the dice.
Short of the line to gain, 4th and 1.
And he is going to keep the Buckeyes on the field. He puts in the All-State first-team running back, number 9, Ashton Haynes. Lindale counters with the beef package. As we're clicking down to a minute left here. 15 seconds on the play clock. Coach Metzel taking his time. Let's see if he calls a timeout here. I think he is going to waltz down to the referee and call a timeout with 5 seconds left on the play clock. He does. Smart coaching there by Coach Metzel. Let's take some time to talk about it with 48 seconds left. Leaves himself a timeout to spin. We'll be right back after these messages and the conclusion of the first half.
Crowley Funeral Home has been serving families in Gilmer since 1883. Funeral director and Gilmer High School graduate Troy Murray leads the professional staff at Crowley Funeral Home and is committed to providing dignified, respectful, and compassionate assistance to every family in their time of need. Crowley Funeral Home feels strongly about maintaining high standards of excellent service while still keeping prices affordable. At Crowley Funeral Home, we treat your family as our own.
Back to the action here where the Buckeyes have a big 4th and 1 from their own 49, tied 16-16 with 48 seconds left in the first half. Obviously trying to put some points on the board, but the punting team is going to come out behind number 19 for the Buckeyes. That's Chris Guillen in punting formation. Lindale fans not real sure that this is going to be a punt, as it is a rugby-style punt, and it is a fabulous punt by Guillen all the way to the end zone. Too good, in fact. And Lindale is going to start from their own 20-yard line.
Into the end zone for a touchback.
As Coach Metzel makes a strategic decision to punt that ball. Maybe should have taken the delay of game penalty on that one, as that punt went 60 yards as the crow flies into the end zone. And the Buckeye Black Flag defense looks like they're going to be content to take a 16-16 score in at halftime. This has been Lindale's kind of game. They've run a lot of clock behind the legs of Thurman, who really you can see is the heart and soul of their offense.
Eagles will start 1st and 10.
And been able to contain the Buckeye offense, but match them on the scoreboard 16-16. It's the Black Flag. They're going to be content to hand this off to Patrick. He gets out of bounds, and we've got a flag down and a hold likely coming against Lindale. That's going to back them up 10 yards. That is the line judge here that threw that flag. And that's going to back Lindale up 10 yards for the holding penalty. Don't normally see that from the Lindale Eagles, as they are not prone to shoot themselves in the foot. But I don't really think Coach Cochran's idea on 1st and 10 was to go score, as Coach Metzel's thought process would have been. They just don't have the home run hitters that the Buckeyes do. But 34 seconds, and they're going to go into kneel down. And very happily, Coach Cochran and the Lindale Eagles will go in with a tie ball game 16-16 at the end of the first half. And if you ask Coach Cochran at the beginning of the game, he would have absolutely taken a 16-16 tie at halftime, as these Lindale Eagles are 24 minutes away from what they perceive to be a huge opportunity against these Gilmer Buckeyes, who have played well. Just a couple of special teams glitches that have kept Lindale in the game. And so far, Lindale has caught enough breaks to move the chains, and really Thurman have been the difference in this game. We'll look at a few of the halftime statistics so far here. Daniels, the leading rusher, 5 rushes for 24 Daniels, the power back, 5 rushes for 9 yards. Thurman, the quarterback, 9 rushes for 46 yards. And then Patrick Daniels, 8 rushes for 38 yards for only 93 yards total rushing. But great field position has kept them in the ball game. For the Buckeyes, when we look at rushes, Rowan Fluellen, 2 rushes for no yards. Will Henderson, 3 for 92 yards. The Buckeyes with 143 yards total rushing. Ashton Haynes, 8 for 31. And they're keying on Ashton, obviously. No answer for the speed of Will Henderson, as the Buckeyes really have played well. Total yards for the Buckeyes, 30 plays, 226 total yards, and only 120. So the Buckeye offense almost doubling up these Lindale Eagles, but it is all equal on the most important stat of the game, which is on the scoreboard, 16-16, and Gilmer will kick off to the Lindale Eagles to start the second half. Now taking the field, the sweepstakes award-winning Gilmer Buckeye Band. Battle of the Bands tonight as the defending state champion, and for a Lindale Eagles, the Buckeye Band was 3rd in state in military marching contests, so 2 excellent programs from both these school districts. As the Buckeye Band, under the direction of Eric Gray, takes the field, we'll pitch it down to the sweepstakes award-winning Buckeye Band.
Ladies and gentlemen, introducing the award-winning Gilmer High School Stars Drill Team, directed by Donna Lane and Lauren Murray. Officers from left to right are Melanie Aguilar, Jr., Cynthia Lara, Jr., Chloe Dixon, Jr., Anna E. Guerrero, Sr., and Layla Thompson, Sr.
Hey, how are you?
She's not even here. She's not even here. It's Conley.
The star of the week is Miss Jennifer Mendoza.
I can't keep that. That's right. I called Conley and she said that it's not even here. She just came up herself.
The stars perform a streamer routine to Gonna Make You Sweat. Buckeye fans on your feet as the Stars kick to the Gilmer Buckeye fight song. Ladies and gentlemen, Gilmer Independent School District is proud to present We're the most decorated military marching bands in Texas. The pride of Upshur County, the UIL Sweepstakes Award-winning Gilmer Buckeye Band. And now we feature the GHS Majorettes as they perform a dazzling routine to September. Ladies and gentlemen, the UIL State Award-winning Gilmer High School Buckeye Bears. The Gilmer ISD bands are directed by Eric Gray, Brandon Garman, Chris Witt, Sarah Thompson, and Kaylee Cochran. The major sponsor is Michelle Clark. Thank you
It's gonna be alright. How can you tell? I feel it in my heart. It's gonna be okay.
Juicy's Burgers, serving you for over 40 years.
To another day. It's gonna be alright.
Braden Rash, senior, number 26, running back, linebacker.
Mike Colbert, senior, number 6, outside linebacker, running back.
Connor Dunn, senior, number 40, D-line.
Ashton Haynes, senior, number 9, running back and outside linebacker.
Dylan Henson, senior, number 27, linebacker.
Braden Seymour, senior, number 77, center.
Chris Guillen, senior, number 19, QB.
Sergio, senior, number 60, O-line, D-line.
Zach Easley, number 12, senior, DB.
Braylon Ward, senior, number 44, D-line, tight end.
Ron Llewellyn, senior, number 17, receiver and safety.
Tyson Wilson, senior, number 1, strong safety.
Kendall Jackson, senior, number 2, linebacker.
Omero Rona, senior, number 3, outside linebacker and fullback.
My name is Cade Bowman. I'm a senior, number 4, receiver and corner. Seth Jordan, senior, number 5, D-line.
Kevion Brinkley, senior,
24, running back, outside linebacker.
Dustin Morrow, senior, number 32, D-line.
Tay Webb, senior, 33, D-line receiver.
Davey Branscombe, senior, 34, fullback and defensive lineman.
Landon Manning, senior, 72, offensive line.
Javarian Martin, senior, number 54, O-line D-line.
Elizabeth Posada, senior, number 70, O-line D-line.
Stone Bates, senior, 46, outside linebacker.
Jose Govea, senior, 84, kicker.
Aaron Bell, junior, number 0, middle linebacker and fullback.
Nathan Arias, junior, number 71, D-line.
Jaden Edmond, junior, number 18, quarterback.
Demarion Hackett, junior, number 21, inside receiver and corner.
Harrison Lofton, junior, number 16, quarterback, outside linebacker.
Cameron Brown, junior, number 50, D-line.
Casher Mahoney, junior, number 68, O-line D-line.
Terry Tate, junior, number 7, wide receiver and safety.
Jerem Pilcher, junior, number 78, center. Elias Castillo, junior, number 20, inside linebacker and fullback.
Connor Dodd, junior, number 14, wide receiver and safety.
Jamar Bird, junior, number 25, receiver and corner.
Dervay Smith, junior, 43, running back and outside linebacker.
Justin Jones, junior, number 47, outside receiver and outside linebacker.
Nick Zamaron, junior, 31, fullback and linebacker.
Riley Barnes, junior, number 64, O-line D-line.
Lino Diaz, junior, number 37, fullback middle linebacker.
Alex Isaida, junior, number 38, inside linebacker, fullback.
Kobe Webb, junior, number 45, receiver and corner.
Luke Holyfield, junior, 30, D-line, fullback.
Andrew Davis, junior, number 83, wide receiver, D-line.
Sean Wallace, junior, 55, offense line, defense line.
Bentley Schreiner, junior, number 41, receiver and corner.
Jeremiah Noble, sophomore, number 13, wide receiver, outside linebacker.
Lucas Cano, sophomore, number 75, O-line D-line.
Brenner Webb, sophomore, 15, receiver, free safety.
Alex Sims, sophomore, number 29, outside linebacker, running back.
Caden Tennyson, sophomore, 11, quarterback.
Coach Kerry Lane, I coach quarterbacks. Coach Clay Causey, inside receivers, inside linebackers, Bruce Junior High.
Coach Brody Lipsy, offensive coordinator.
Coach Markeithel and Tate, running backs.
Coach Blevin Burns, coaching the junior high fullbacks and outside linebackers and running backs.
Max Lowe, coach offense, defensive line at the junior high.
Steve York, assistant athletic director. Coach Dylan Bowman, cornerbacks coach. Coach Daniel Dodd, I do inside linebackers.
Coach Parker, coach the outside linebackers. Coach Rob Dewar, athletic trainer. Coach Daniel Grigsby, defensive line.
Coach Weston Griffiths, offensive line.
Coach Riley, secondary.
Coach Tommy Edwards, defensive coordinator.
Coach Schaefer, assistant O-line.
Coach Alan Metzel, and I'm the head coach and athletic director.
Coach Randall Kennedy, I coach inside receivers. Coach Jaden Parrish, I coach fullbacks and tight ends.
Coach Olin Johnson, and I coach outside receivers.
Brad Britton, safeties.
Coach Todd Fenton, junior high.
And And we're back to the Juicy's halftime show here in Lindale, Texas, where the Gilmer Buckeyes and the Lindale Eagles have fought to a 16-16 tie at the end of the first half. We expected this, folks, tonight, as the Lindale Eagles are the best team that the Gilmer Buckeyes have faced, and obviously Coach Cochran and their style of play behind this, what we call power spread offense, and really the legs of the quarterback, Mr. Thurman. So the Buckeyes have played well. They've almost doubled the yardage, 220 to about 128 of the Lindale Eagles total, but just one little slip up on kick coverage allowed a pooch kick up back to return all the way down to the 26-yard line and set up a touchdown pass that really has kept this one close. Otherwise, the Buckeyes have played very well, and as two good teams, especially when teams get to a situation where they don't make a lot of mistakes, then you expect the little things to make the biggest difference, and that will certainly be the case here in the second half. The Buckeyes will kick off to the Lindale Eagles to start the second half, but expect Lindale to be very stingy with the ball. Very clean game tonight on both sides of the ball. Very few penalties. I think we've got less than 30 yards of penalties combined here in the first half, as both of these teams executing at a very high level, and the Lindale Eagles known for their discipline and their ability to kind of go 3 yards in a cloud of dust. The Buckeyes averaging 7.5 yards per play on offense and 30 total offensive plays. Lindale only 4.2 yards, but that's just good enough to move the chains and maintain possession. They've run 27 offensive plays, and yet they've got about 16 minutes of total possession time behind the Buckeyes' 11 minutes. The Buckeyes want to play faster. It's just a great matchup, and styles make all the difference. And so far, we knew this game was going to come down to the fourth quarter based upon both coaches. As we watch out on the field, the state champion for a Lindale Eagle band and the Buckeyes warming up down in the end zone, and you see we've got a 16-16 tie. Once again, the second half is going to come down, folks, to, I think, special teams and who can go and make the big play. The Buckeyes are going to be off serve. What I mean by that is they received the opening kick and got 4 possessions out of that first half, scoring on 3 of them. Lindale scored on all 3 of their possessions with 2 touchdowns and an extra point, minus the first 3 and out from the Buckeye Black Flag defense. Their goal is to possess the ball and keep this close and try to steal this into the fourth quarter. As the total yardage projects, Lindale is kind of overmatched athletically here by the Buckeyes, but their discipline and ability to really kind of physically control the line of scrimmage is what's kept them in it so far. So many times we've seen the Gilmer Buckeyes run away with this late in the game as they have lots of substitutions and keep fresh legs in. They've played well over 50 players in their first 3 games, and for a 4A school, that is pretty phenomenal. They play a lot like a 5A program with the depth that they have, but expecting to play deep into the season. This would be the final game of the first third of the season, pre-district competition, and the Buckeyes looking to learn a lot in the second half and really finish the game, their toughest test yet, and really what Coach Metzel expected from these Lindale Eagles. For Coach Cochran in Lindale, right where he wants to be. This is very much a Lindale Eagles style game. A couple of breakaways. Will the Tomahawk Henderson breaking a couple of long runs, which keep this electric Buckeye offense moving quickly. But as long as Lindale can answer, then they are happy to be with a 16-16 tie as they jog out of the locker room, looking to keep this one close into the fourth quarter and keep that explosive Gilmer Buckeye team bottled up. It'll come down to execution and mistakes here in the second half, and we will be in for a barn burner. We'll be right back after these messages with the start of the second half, after a word from our sponsors.
Two-time Hall of Fame inductees, Brent Godarzi and Marty Young. Back-to-back #1 trucking firm in the nation. Back-to-back best attorney and best law firm in East Texas.
It's fully loaded, great gas mileage, 30,000-mile warranty.
I like it. What else do you have?
Here's one. It's fully loaded, great gas mileage, 30,000-mile warranty.
Looks like the same car.
Exactly the same. But this one's $120 less per month.
What's the catch?
No catch if you use Credit Union of Texas. Let me show you.
With the Credit Union of Texas Flex Auto Loan, you get the car of your dreams. Lower payments, no hassle. Get started now at cutx.org.
Crowley Funeral Home has been serving families in Gilmer since 1883. Funeral director and Gilmer High School graduate Troy Murray leads the professional staff at Crowley Funeral Home and is committed to providing dignified, respectful, and compassionate assistance to every family in their time of need. Crowley Funeral Home feels strongly about maintaining high standards of excellent service while still keeping prices affordable. At Crowley Funeral Home, we treat your family as our own.
Gilmer National Bank is your hometown community bank, serving people in East Texas for over a century. We are your neighbors, friends, and partners in making this a great place to live. Our employees make us a special place to do business. We are there for you when you need us. Come by and see us and find out what makes people say, "That's my bank." Gilmer National Bank, an equal opportunity lender and member FDIC.
At Farmers Insurance, we've seen almost everything, so we know how to cover almost anything, even a rock and wreck. Yeah! He rocked and rolled right into it, but we covered it. At Farmers, we know a thing or two because we've seen a thing or two.
We are farmers. Bum, 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 bum.
When tragedy strikes, you don't want to be in a position where you're second guessing your lawyer's ability or the resolve to get you fairly compensated. When you hire Godarzi & Young, you know you're hiring a law firm that has nationally ranked settlements and verdicts. We have over 2 decades of experience holding 18-wheeler companies accountable for their negligent action. Don't make the mistake of hiring anybody else. Hire the best. Hire Godarzi & Young.
Back to the action here. We are 16-16, tied up at halftime. Second half about to kick off. Statistically, the Buckeyes definitively win the first half, but the Lindale Eagles playing their style of football, going to receive the kick
sponsoring food tonight. Thank you, Chick-fil-A.
to start this second half. Little breeze picked up out of the north, flags waving. You feel that a little bit on the field. We had twin missed extra points from both sides to keep this to 16-16, both teams scoring a touchdown and a field goal. And the Buckeyes faced with the task of winning this second half, although they're going to start the second half kicking off to the Lindale Eagles. Thurman, number 8, the quarterback, is really the heart and soul of the offense. About 80% of the offense is number 7, Patrick, who's back deep to receive this kick. The running back, Patrick Daniels. Thurman, the quarterback, number 8, Clint Thurman, the junior quarterback. Making things happen with his legs.
Return for Lindale.
But the Buckeyes, Jose Covella, going to kick this one off for the Buckeyes. And it was, remember, that special teams pooch kick that bit the Buckeyes in that first half. Let's see if they can avoid that here with the kick. Here's the kick. He's going to kick it deep, and boy, it's going to sail all the way back and be taken at the 7-yard line by Patrick Daniels. He's going to be tackled at about the 22. Good coverage for the Buckeyes. But the black flag will come on and try to get a 3 and out and get the ball back to the offense. That's going to be key, is that the Buckeyes can pick up the pace in this game, pick up the enthusiasm, and kind of turn up the volume on all sides. This has kind of been a very, very clean and quiet first half, which is exactly what the Eagles want, to keep things kind of as boring as possible and stay in this game. And here's Thurman and Daniels back in the backfield. 1 pass completion in the first half, and once again, here's Thurman, and he gets tattooed, but he stays on his feet. As Seth, number 5 for the Buckeyes, Seth Jordan just tattoos the quarterback, but he stays on his feet, falls forward for an 8-yard gain. That's exactly what the Lindale Eagles want to do, is continue to use clock and run behind the legs of Thurman. They're going to have to tackle number 8 for sure. 2nd and 2. See if they take a shot in the air here. They're going to turn around and hand it to Patrick Daniels, who spins his way for a first down. That is about as good as it gets for the Lindale Eagles. 8-yard gain on first down, 3-yard gain on second down, move the chains out to the 35, and they've eaten already a minute of clock off of this third quarter. Kind of trying to lull the black flag to sleep almost. Nothing fancy, just running behind that big offensive line. There's Thurman once again in that power formation, hands off to Patrick Daniels up front, and he runs into a wall. He bounces on that one straight into the arms of waiting Buckeye, number 13, Jeremiah Noble, coming in from his corner position and dropping this for a big loss. That's going to be 2nd and 14, and now the Eagles are behind the chains, and this is not where they want to be. Once again, 1 out of 9 passing in the first half, but that one lone reception was a touchdown pass. The Buckeyes playing to the boundary side, man-to-man. Here's once again Thurman up the middle. It's been our offense all day, but Aaron Bell shuts that down in a hurry. That is a 1-yard loss as the Buckeyes figure that out quick. 3rd down and 14 now. 10 minutes left in the third quarter, and the Buckeye black flag got Lindale right where they do not want to be, and that is in a passing situation. Let's see what Coach Cochran pulls out of the bag of tricks here on 3rd and 14. Otherwise, they're going to be punting and leave Gilmer in excellent field position. 3rd and 14 with 9:45 left in the third quarter. Drops back to pass. Pressure coming. They almost get it. They're going to throw it up to number 9. Incomplete. Hamilton, good coverage, stops the clock. That is the best case scenario for the Buckeyes, as Jeremiah Noble puts pressure on Thurman, and he just throws it out of bounds. And the Buckeyes are going to get this punt return. Number 17, the dangerous Roe Fluellen, back deep, and he can change the game in one play, folks. We've seen it happen so many times. So talented. TCU committed Roe Fluellen, standing back about his own 30. Here's going to be the punt, rugby-style punt. He kicks this one. It's going to bounce and hit and roll out of bounds at the 30, and the Buckeyes will have the football for the first time in the third quarter. 2.5 minutes to stop the Lindale offense. After a couple of first downs, they get Lindale behind the chains and get the ball back. 1st and 10, 70 yards away from pay dirt, heading south here in Lindale Stadium.
Temporary tag 1467U49.
Here's Caden Tennyson and the Buckeyes.
Your car will be towed if you do not move it immediately.
Starting from their own 30-yard line. Ball on the left hash, twins out to the left. Probably a motion man here. That's going to be Roe Fluellen. We're going to snap it, Caden back to throw. He's going to throw the long out. Perfect pass to number 7 to Eric Tate. Eric makes one man miss and does what Eric does. He is at the 10, down to the 5, slung down at the 3-yard line. He is down. And the Gilmer Buckeyes in one play go 67 yards down to the 3-yard line. And that is what Coach Cochran and these Lindale Eagles did not want to see, is lightning escaping the bottle very quickly back to the line of scrimmage. Caden takes this one, hands it to number 9, Ashton Haynes, and he is in the end zone. Touchdown Buckeyes. It took all of 46 seconds, folks, and 2 plays for the Buckeyes to do what they do, 70 yards, and just like that, we have a 22-16 game. Still 9 minutes left in the third quarter. Remember, folks, How many times have we said it? 95% of the time since 1980, the Buckeyes win when they scored 30 points. With an extra point here, they will be one touchdown away from that magic number. And they have a perfect start. Oh, it's a 2-point conversion try to Ashton Haynes, and he's got it, folks. 2-point conversion for the Buckeyes as they stretch this to 24-16 now, an 8-point lead for the Buckeyes. And they ride the wave of momentum, and the Buckeyes starting this third quarter like a house of fire. We'll be right back after these messages.
Do you enjoy watching your favorite TV programs on your smartphone or tablet? Or maybe you'd rather watch them on your Roku or Amazon Fire TV. Tired of having to change your TV input from your old traditional cable to watch your favorite streaming apps? If so, we have great news for you. eTex is making the move to streaming and has launched a new app. eTex TV allows you to watch over 130 channels in full HD on your streaming or mobile devices. This means you can simply download the eTex TV app, subscribe, and start watching. With all your favorite functions like DVR and Pause Live TV, and new features like Restart TV. To learn more, visit www.etex.net or contact a customer service rep at 903-797-HELP. That's 903-797-4357.
So the Gilmer Buckeyes come out, stop Lindale, and then after an 18-second two-play drive, the Buckeyes take an 8-point lead with a 2-point conversion and kick it off once again. That's going to go out of bounds at the 20. And the Lindale Eagles going to have decent starting position. But the Buckeyes doing what the Buckeyes wanted to do in 18 seconds. Great pass from Caden Tennyson on an out route to Eric Tate. He makes one move and goes 60 yards down to the 3-yard line. Oh, a heartbeat later, Caden Tennyson is handing it off to Ashton Haynes, who powers it in the end zone, 70 yards in 2 plays. And the Lindale Eagles are going to start from their own 30. Once the Buckeyes get Lindale behind the chains, folks, everything changes for their offense as that black flag defense pins their ears back and gets pressure. But it all comes from number 8 and number 7.
First and 10 from their own 30-yard line.
Now 2 backs in the backfield for the first time. Lindale, here's the snap, and it's once again going to be Thurman up the middle. He's trying to feel his way forward, and he does it again. He gets 7 yards on first down. This is exactly how the last drive started. Power football from Thurman, getting in behind that big offensive line and 2 blocking backs. As now Coach Cochran and these Lindale Eagles got their backs against the wall, down 8 points, 24-16. Now they're behind service. Here's the snap. They think it's a no-rep body. They throw it up. Fighting, number 9, incomplete. That is great coverage there by number 12 for the Gilmer Buckeyes, man-to-man on this boundary side. That's Zach Easley. That's about the 5th time they've tried to throw it out to number 9 on the man-to-man coverage. They got 1 touchdown out of it, but about 8 incompletions. It brings up 3rd down and 3 and stops the clock. So suddenly, this Buckeye black flag got an opportunity to get off the field once again. After a first down, look for the legs of Thurman on this to the right-hand side. They do it so often. Once again, they hand it off, and that's going to be shut down by the Buckeyes. Absolutely cold, folks. The black flag bows its neck, and Coach Cochran with a big decision here. They're going to punt the football, no question about it. Give it back to the Buckeyes, who have had a perfect start, knock on wood, to this second half. Once again, the rugby-style punter for Lindale, number 15, Wyatt Parker, goes back behind that big wall of blue jerseys, but he's got to punt it to number 17, the ever-dangerous Rofluellen, who's got this one kind of pegged. He walks inside the hash, knowing kind of where this one's going to go. They punt it to the wide side. That ball really goes straight up. Rowan says get away. It takes a backwards bounce like a 9-iron shot, leaving the Buckeyes 1st and 10 from the 42. Folks, it took 18 seconds for the Buckeyes to march 70 yards on their last drive. And for now, The Buckeyes will take that momentum and try to go and do it again. We've seen it so many times how quickly these Buckeyes can flip a scoreboard. 18 seconds on the last drive. Let's see what they got here. 1st and 10 from their own 43. Excellent starting field position. 7:37 left and a 24-16 lead here in the third quarter. Caden Tennyson in the back field. He's going to hand it off to number 9, Ashton Haynes. Ashton is dropped with great penetration. Linebacker number 44. That's Jake Kerbo. Drops Ashton for about a 3-yard loss back to the 40.
Second down for the Buckeyes.
Coach Cochran bringing those linebackers and really kind of trying to guess where the Buckeyes are going to go. They empty the backfield. Caden's out in the background. He sends it out to Ashton. Look out, folks. He's got a block, and he's got room, and he's off to the races. He's at the 40. He makes a cut to the inside down to the 25-yard line, and that was dialed up and triggered by outstanding block by number 17, Ro Fluellen, who just takes a kick out from his buddy as they high-five each other, and it takes just a heartbeat for these Buckeyes to just flip the field. And they're right back down, knocking on the door of the red zone. And we've barely had the ball for 30 seconds. Caden Tennyson playing fast now. Ro Fluellen goes in motion. They're going to hand this to Ashton Haynes up the middle. He's got a line into the red zone. Picks up about 6 yards down to the 20. It's going to be 2nd and let's call it 5. Buckeyes playing fast. Wholesale substitutions now for Lindale. As to Eric Tate comes in the game.
Brings up 2nd down and 5 for the Buckeyes.
Number 9, Haynes. Number 17, Fluellen. Number 4, Bowman. And number 7 to Eric Tate in the game in the skill positions with Caden Tennyson. Here's motion by Fluellen, ball on the left hash. 2nd and 5 for the Buckeyes. Caden takes the snap, fakes the screen to the left, throws the thing to the right. Caden Bowman catches that on a deflection, but loses about, oh my gosh, 10 yards in the process. That's going to bring up 3rd down and 12. Kind of no man's land now for the Buckeyes. They fake the screen to 17, Fluellen. Try to throw it out to Bowman. That ball is tipped. Fortunate not to be intercepted. Probably 4-down territory, especially if the Buckeyes run the ball here, folks. That's your telltale sign as I do my Tony Romo impersonation in terms of the commentator. But if the Buckeyes run it here, and they do, to Ashton Haynes, and he spins down to about the 22-yard line where it will be 4th down and about 7. And let's see what Coach Metzel elects to do here. That pretty much is a go for it down. If you run it on 3rd down and long, you're probably telegraphing that you're going to go for it. They run a draw to Ashton Haynes. The Buckeyes have to get to the 15 for a 1st down. They'll snap this from the 22, which is about where they were on 2nd down. Big down here for the Buckeyes. 4:55 left, 8-point lead, going for the jugular here on 4th down and 7. Caden Tennyson on the snap, drops back to pass. He's got pressure. He straight to his left, makes a move, and he will turn it over as Caden Tennyson gets pressure. And Coach Cochran dials it up with those linebackers blitzing. And Caden can't get rid of it, and the Buckeyes lose that momentum and turn it over on downs back to Lindale, trailing by 8 points, who now get the ball back at their own 24-yard line. They're going to pitch it back to the black flag here to see if they can't once again 3 and out the Eagles and try this one again. But boy, that was an opportunity there for the Buckeyes with 2nd and 5 inside the 20. They have 2 negative plays, and that just shows you what negative plays mean in games as close as this. Here's the snap. Thurman, he's going to run to the left. That's what he does. He feels his way in, and he will pick up about 4 yards on 1st down. That's exactly what the Eagles want to do, is go back to that 3 yards in a cloud of dust in this power spread formation and run clock. Just no passing game whatsoever despite the touchdown pass. That was on Cade Bowman, who had good coverage but just couldn't find the football. Otherwise, that is the lone completion for the Lindale Eagles. Here's the snap once again. It's going to be a handoff, and he is going to lose yardage on that. And that's going to stay at the 30 and bring up 3rd down and 5 once again. as Lindale doing everything they can do to just keep the chains moving. Pretty much the most effective offense is coming from number 8, Thurman, and his ability to just run as the almost quarterback run. They'll motion the guy out of the backfield, leaving him by himself. He'll take the snap and just kind of run quarterback power behind that big offensive line. Let's see if they do it here again on 3rd and 5. Here's Thurman. Once again, he does the exact same thing. They fake to the left, and he takes a big hit from number 3, but not before he picks up a huge first down.
Not before picking up enough yards.
And that's just the offense for Lindale, is they're just going to run it with Thurman. First down and 10 from their own 40-yard line now. They try to throw this one out to number 6, completed, but tackled immediately. They maybe pick up 2 yards on that little flare pass. Out to number 6.
Marcus Field.
That's Marcus Field.
Made by Amaro Verona.
Mara Arona on the weak side linebacker there. Good play calls. The scoreboard is not correct here. And here comes a blitz, and Thurman once again keeps it, as he does. He gets out to the 50-yard line. Now they're going to call that a first down. My goodness, is that a generous spot into Buckeye territory. They move the chains. Now, I don't know how complicated it is, but it's just simply Thurman up the middle with 2:21 remaining. The scoreboard now is not correct. They're calling this 27-16. Once again, here's number 24, and he gets tattooed by number 20, Castillo, who makes a great tackle for a 1-yard gain. As the Buckeye black flag now inside their territory with 1:57 left to play in this 3rd quarter, tries to bow its neck. They've got a touchdown lead they're trying to protect, and they just want to get this ball back to that Buckeye offense and get some cushion. Motion back into the backfield. Free play. Well defended by the Buckeyes, but that's going to be offsides. And they're not going to call that. That's an incomplete pass and puts the Lindale Eagles, fans not happy on this side of the stadium, as it looked like big number 44, Braylon Ward, jumped, but he did not cross into the neutral zone. Brings up 3rd and 9 now for Lindale with 1:36 after the incomplete pass. And boy, would this be a time for number 17 lurking back in the backfield. But let's see if they just don't run it again with Thurman. It's been their best play, and they do. He rolls out, and he passes it and picks up a first down to the 36-yard line. As that's simply a rollout pass, nothing complicated there. But there's nobody home to cover the running back out of the backfield. And that's going to be a 1st and 10 Lindale to keep possession and get the ball down inside the Buckeye 40-yard line. 1st and 10 at the 36. Here's Thurman once again, get ready for a run as he tries to tuck it. Now he throws it, and number 17, Roper Wellen, as number 6 gets behind Rowe. And that's just a blown coverage. That's one of those mistakes that you won't often see from the senior. He pats his chest and says, "My bad," gives up a touchdown. And now we've got the scoreboard corrected. It's 24-22 Buckeyes lead. They're going to kick the extra point, but watch for a fake here. Is that's that little mistake that we talked about that can make such a huge difference with these Lindale Eagles. Here's the kick is up, and it is good to bring it to a 1-point advantage for the Buckeyes with 1:04 left in the 3rd quarter. We'll be right back after these messages.
Texas Heritage National Bank would like to invite the Buckeye Nation to visit our new full-service bank in Gilmer. We're conveniently located on Highway 271 and Rebud Street with a brand new facility ready to serve our friends and neighbors. We offer competitive rates on all of our deposit products, as well as some great options for business financing to help your business grow from 5 employees to 500 employees. Texas Heritage National Bank would also like to take this time to thank all the teachers, administrators, and school board for investing in the future of our kiddos. We'd also like to wish all the student athletes a wonderful and safe year. Come see us soon.
And back to the action where the Buckeyes give up another touchdown to the Lindale Eagles, but still lead by 1 point with 1:04 left in the third quarter. That was 5 rushes for 35 yards and 1 pass for the touchdown on a 6-play drive that lasted just over 3 minutes. Just a blown coverage by Ro Fluellen, who pats his chest and says, "My bad." Let's see if he makes up for it here on the kick return. They're going to kick it deep, and they are going to kick it to number 10, Hamilton. He's going to take that one at his own 10, and he breaks a tackle, and he's off to the races, folks. He's at the 40, and we got a flag down. Let's see if that goes against the Buckeyes. 9 times out of 10, it will. Not a lot of flags in tonight's contest, but of course, right when the Buckeyes get a break on special teams, here comes the flag. And they will back the Buckeyes up as they call a hold. And Lindale just getting every break possible to keep them in the game, as they're just getting outplayed by these Buckeyes. It's lightning in a bottle, number 22, the Tomahawk, checks in the backfield. We saw what he did the last time he touched it, 47 yards to the house, as he is electric. 55 seconds left to play in this third quarter. Buckeyes with a 1-point lead. Needing to score here. They hand it to Henderson around the left-hand side, and he is off to the races as he gets out for a first down. 48-yard line. That's just sheer speed.
At the 38-yard line. First and 10.
49 seconds, 10 yards later. And the Buckeyes have another first down. 3 down linemen for Lindale. They hand it to Henderson once again, who gets bottled up 3 yards behind the line of scrimmage. And that's just crashing linebackers. And Coach Chris Cochran and the defensive coordinator there just making crashing calls to do everything they can. But getting the Buckeyes behind the chains is not exactly a safe place to be when the Buckeyes go to the air. To Eric Tate, out to the left-hand side. 20 seconds left to play here in this third quarter. 2nd and 12 now. Once again, here comes the crashing linebacker. Caden Tennyson throws a bullet to number 17, Ro Fluellen. Ro gets about an 8-yard gain, turns this into 3rd down and 2. And we're at the end of the third quarter. Buckeyes with a 1-point lead, and we will see what happens right after these messages.
It's gonna be alright. How can you tell? I feel it in my heart. It's gonna be okay.
Juicy's Burgers, serving you for over 40 years.
As we start the fourth quarter, as we thought it would be, a close game, and the winner of the fourth quarter is probably going to win this ball game, folks, as the Gilmer Buckeyes have started a marching drive. Behind that completion and run after catch for Rowan Fluellen, they've got a manageable 3rd and 2, leading by 1 point here, flipping the field and heading back north. It's going to be 3rd and 2 for the Buckeyes from their own 46-yard line. And the Buckeye offense needing to drive down and score some points and keep the pressure on this Lindale Eagle team, who's really become one-dimensional behind the legs of their quarterback Thurman. The Buckeye offense just feeling like they would need to break out. Here comes the rush, as Henderson is going to be tackled at the line of scrimmage and bring down up 4th down and 2. Crashing linebackers, as once again Coach Cochran and Lindale just absolutely selling out.
4th and 2 for the Buckeyes.
They're going to punt the football as Coach Metzel sends the punting team on. Try to pin Lindale deep. And it will probably cut down this to a one-score game at the end. Lots of things can happen in the fourth quarter, but Coach Metzel playing to keep the pressure on, not going for it here on 4th and 2. He went for the jugular earlier and did not convert, and Guillen is going to punt this one, and it's going to be fair caught about the 15-yard line. And that is going to pin Lindale deep. So let's see what Coach Tommy Edwards and the defensive staff have figured out over 3 quarters here. It's pretty much simple. Number 8 is going to carry the load. That's Thurman for Lindale, who has really been their only real source of offense, running the football. And a power spread that we were described all week long against Lindale is absolutely the case. 11-11 to go here in this fourth quarter. Fumble on the snap is going to put Lindale way behind the chains with a bad snap. They're going to lose 4 yards on that play. And that is not where Lindale wants to be on 2nd and long. Let's see if the black flag can lay their ears back here. They're going to continue to play man-to-man out to this short side of the field with Easley locked up. Now that's 12, Jeremiah Noble, locked up in man-to-man coverage. Once again, here's the snap. Here's Thurman, and he's going to be sacked for another 3-yard loss, and that is number 3, Amara Arona. What a great football play comes crashing in there from his weak side. He has seen that enough, and that is the answer from Coach Tommy Edwards and the defensive staff. They have seen enough of Thurman and that backside quarterback draw. 3rd down and 20 now, as they're going to have to go to the air. The Buckeyes come back with 3 safeties and look for big number 44 to lay his ears back on this play. Once again, Thurman running up the middle, and he's tackled after only a 2-yard gain. 4th down and 17 from their own 10 with 10 minutes left to play in this game. And the strategy pays off for Coach Metzel, punting on 4th and 2 from his own 47.
Once again on the stop.
Now they've got Lindale pinned back, 4th and 15, punting from their own end zone. And the ever dangerous number 17, Rode Fluellen, standing at his own 46-yard line, waiting to return this punt. Got to get a clean snap here if you're Lindale, and got to get a great punt. And here come the Buckeyes to try to block it. And this one's going to hit and bounce sideways. Rode Fluellen picks it up, saves 2 yards, gets out of bounds. But what a starting position. Only 2 more minutes ran off the clock. And the Buckeyes now have advanced the ball from where they punted 10 yards, and they've got the ball 1st and 10 from the Lindale 42.
1st and 10 from the Eagle 42.
Fantastic field position. They've got to cash in here and really blow things open. If they can score here and get a 2-point conversion, they make it a 3-score game with a 7. Personnel package in, twins to the left. Here's motion. Caden back to pass. He's going to throw it deep to number 70, Eric Tate. And that's just a bad pass there by Caden.
Pass intended for Tarek Tate.
Does not get enough air under that one, says my bad, as Coach Metzel does go for the jugular. 2nd down, obviously 4-down territory here. The wind coming in, and Caden's got to throw that one into it, straight into the face of the wind where the flag is blowing. And it just knocks it down. 9:15 left to play in this ball game. Buckeyes needing a score here. Going to be a handoff to number 7, Ashton Haynes. He follows blockers and picks up about 4 yards. It's going to bring up 3rd down and 6 from the Lindale 37. Look for Coach Cochran to just absolutely sell out here with his linebackers to get pressure on Caden Tennyson and try to create a negative play. Just scratching and clawing here to try to stay in this game. The Buckeyes just trying to execute and break through. Let's see what they call here. Here's motion. Caden drops back to pass. It's going to be a screen. And it is incomplete. That's going to be to number 3, Amaro Arona. He's tackled. They have that one sniffed out, and now it's no man's land. 4th down from the 37, well out of field goal range. And Coach Metzel's going to have to reach into the bag of tricks here and find a way to hold on to this football with 8:32 left. They do not want to give it back to Lindale at their own 38-yard line, but they have no choice. Spread formation. They're going to spread them out and try to beat them with the athletes here. And Caden Tennyson's arm, he drops back to pass. They throw it to Fluellen. He makes the catch. He gets upfield, stays on his feet, but does not make it. Lindale holds and stays in this ball game, folks, with 8:24 left. Lindale picks this ball up at their own 34. Rowe did his best, but he comes up a yard short. And sniffing out that screenplay, Coach Cochran and this staff here in Lindale has done everything right to just dodge bullets. It's almost like the Matrix. But on the other hand, the black flag has really had Lindale figured out over these last 2 possessions. Here's once again Thurman up the middle, and he runs right into number 19 after just a 2-yard gain. That's going to bring up 2nd down and 8. And really, I don't think the Lindale Eagles have anything else, as we got a cramp.
Injury timeout.
We've got a Buckeye down. I think that's number 12, Easley, who I think has a cramp. We're going to take a quick timeout and be right back after these messages.
At First National Bank, together we're better. We're a regional bank, big enough for all of East Texas, that cares and is invested in the people and communities we serve, with the strength and services to meet the needs of every customer, big or small. From business financing for big companies and small mom and pops to our family of personal banking customers. First National Bank of East Texas. Together, we're better. And we think that's kind of a big deal.
Please join Jeff Rash and Alan Metzel each Monday morning for the Gilmer Buckeyes Coaches Show. Every week, Jeff and Alan discuss elements of the program, speak with special guests, give player updates, review key plays from the prior week, and give insights on the opponent for the current week. As a fan, this is your chance to go into the locker room and behind the scenes. To view the Coaches Show, go to GilmerBuckeyes.com and click on the Coaches Show button. Go Buckeyes!
Back to the action here, 2nd and 8, as the Eagle defense gets a 4th down conversion. Shifts back to the backfield. This is going to be a handoff to number 11, straight up the middle. And that big offensive line just pushing and shoving. And that's going to get a 5-yard gain out to the 42. Just Lindale hanging on for everything they're worth. 7:44, trailing by a point. 7:41 left to play here in this ball game, as they've done everything right here, folks, including keeping the Buckeyes under 30 points. 3rd down and 2. Every play here becomes a huge play, as Lindale, with 7.5 minutes left in this game, has got to find a way here to convert. Otherwise, they have to punt. Power formation. I think this is going to be a lead to Thurman to the left-hand side, and here it comes. It's a lead to Thurman to the left-hand side. I knew what play was coming, but the Buckeyes didn't. He picks up 5 and picks up a 1st down out to the 47.
And Thurman up the middle with the keeper.
As it's just all about a fight in the trenches and execution, as the Lindale Eagles find a way to just stay in this. And for every play that they can stay in this game, it's a moral victory. They're going to milk clock, and really they would love to get this down, run out the rest of this quarter, and try to kick a field goal to win this. 1st and 10 from their own 47-yard line now. Dropping back to pass once again, batted down by number 13. Excuse me, that's 12, Jeremiah Noble. That stops the clock. And once again, puts Lindale behind the chains. Just no success whatsoever throwing the football tonight. It's just been all Thurman and his legs, and that is where Lindale has just clung on to this lead, aided by a few mistakes from the Buckeyes that just happened in key situations. Once again, here comes Thurman, and he gets shut down for no gain. Great job there by Jeremiah Noble crashing in. Creates 3rd down and 9 with 6.5 minutes left, and the Buckeye black flag. Here's your opportunity, folks. Get the ball back and stretch this to a 2-score lead. This is a critical junction in this game. As we knew this was going to come down to the 4th quarter. We knew Lindale was going to be tough. We knew this was the best team they were going to face. Once again, they try to throw it up. It is incomplete. Stops the clock, and they're going to punt the football back to the Buckeyes with 4th down and 9. And they've run that play just too many times, as that's double covered with Mr. Wilson lurking back there in the safety position, who had over-the-top help with Bird number 25. Rowe's going to be deep to return this kick, and in one play, folks, he can flip the field for this rugby-style kick by number 15. Watch out, he looks like he can fake it. He's gonna kick it directly out of bounds at the 27-yard line as he rolls around to the right-hand side as a rugby kick.
If you are the owner,
4th down and 9, he did decide to kick that. But here's the Buckeye offense. 5:55 left, the game really riding on their shoulders. Number 22, Will the Tomahawk Henderson, in at running back for the Buckeyes.
You are the winners of the Eagles football.
Caden Tennyson and the Buckeyes desperately trying to get this to a 30-point score, which is the magic number for the Buckeyes. They hand it off to Henderson. He gets around the end. They're going to call a hold. And that's going to back the Buckeyes up to about 1st down and let's call it 24.
Forced out of bounds by Michael Shannon. There's a flag on the play.
Just a critical penalty there, as the Buckeyes have played clean all night long. And they're going to call that one, I think, on number 77 for the Buckeyes. That's Braden Seymour.
Holding is the call against the Buckeyes. 10-yard penalty. It's going to be 1st down for the...
That's going to be 1st and about 24. The good news is for the Buckeyes, that could be one play. The bad news is that it flips the field, and if the Buckeyes don't get better field position late in the game, if they have to punt from here, they put Lindale in much better field position, something that's realized here by the Lindale fans. Left-hand side, look out, Will Henderson, he's gone, folks! That's the speed we talked about! Touchdown, Will the Tomahawk Henderson! That is 10-400 meters, see you later speed. Touchdown, Buckeyes! And that is what you cannot coach, is strict speed that is absolutely electrifying for the Buckeye fans. Get back to that 34 or 30-point margin. The Buckeyes break the ceiling, 30-23, extra point left to come, and Will Henderson, and that is just all kinds of fast, folks. Pitch it around the short side of the field, and he just runs off and leaves everybody in his wake. 82-yard touchdown sprint on 1st and 17. And that is what Coach Cochran was afraid of. Extra point up and good. Buckeyes, just like that, stretch this to 31-23. But this is far from over, folks. We'll be right back after these messages.
Two-time Hall of Fame inductees, Brent Godarzi and Marty Young. Back-to-back #1 trucking firm in the nation. Back-to-back best attorney and best law firm in East Texas.
It's fully loaded, great gas mileage, 30,000-mile warranty.
I like it. What else do you have?
Here's one. It's fully loaded, great gas mileage, 30,000-mile warranty.
Looks like the same car.
Exactly the same. But this one's $120 less per month.
What's the catch?
No catch if you use Credit Union of Texas. Let me show you.
With the Credit Union of Texas Flex Auto Loan, You get the car of your dreams, lower payments, no hassle. Get started now at cutx.org.
So Will the Tomahawk Henderson on an 82-yard sprint, literally leaving blue jerseys in his wake. And I mean, folks, from up here in the press box, there's blue jerseys that have an angle on 22, and then they literally have a heartbeat, and he is gone. And let me tell you something, folks, he's not the fastest 17-year-old on this continent for no reason. Here's the pooch kick back from the Buckeyes. It's going to be taken about the 27-yard line. Good coverage by the Gilmer Buckeyes on that play. Out of bounds at the 34. And now with an 8-point lead, the Gilmer Buckeyes can feel blood in the water with 5:21 left to play. The Gilmer Buckeyes have won 95% of their games since the year 2000 when they scored 30 or more points, and there's 31 on the board now. Lindale, up until that scamper from Will Henderson, really had just clawed their way, and just what we thought they were going to do is just find a way to stay in the game. But they played good defense, but they just cannot account for that 400-meter speed. Here's Thurman faking a handoff. He's going to roll out to his left-hand side, and he'll tuck it and run like he always does. And he'll get out of bounds for the first down. And evidently there's a flag down. I'm not sure why. Oh, you got to be kidding me, folks. Nobody tried to tackle him. As the line judge threw a flag and he's trying to explain it to the referee, the back judge is not agreeing, because he came back in bounds. Oh my goodness. This is some home cooking here, folks. 15-yard penalty to try to keep Lindale back in this game. That's all you can say. As Thurman, once again, no Buckeye hit anybody late. They literally just threw a flag for tackling the quarterback.
On the Buckeyes, that's 15. And that's enough for another Lindale Eagles.
So 10 yards plus 15, that's a 25-yard play. They're going to go right back to the legs of Thurman, rolling out. Here's the snap. And he's going to do just that. He's going to roll out, but he's got nobody to throw it to. Almost intercepted. Number 1, Tyson Wilson on the cover. Number 7, to Eric Tate, breaks that up. Stops the clock with 5:05 left.
By number 7, Eric Tate, intended for number 21, Alex
Second and
Romero.
10, and what an absolutely heartbreaking call from the line judge, who might as well be wearing a Lindale hat. He's got an L on his back, stands for line, but that call stood for Lindale. As Coach Metzel, when he sees the film, is going to be disgusted by that call. Once again, here's a fake handoff up the middle, and he is swallowed whole. Thurman loses 3 yards back to his own 45 as the black flag pushing him backwards. 3rd down and 13 now. And we've seen the same play over and over and over again. It looks like Lindale just does not have an answer or a play call for these long 3rd down situations. 4:44. And the Buckeyes, so explosive, literally scoring the last 2 touchdowns in a matter of seconds. 3rd and 13 from the 45 now. Let's see what Thurman does. He's going to hand it off, Patrick, from the outside, and we've got a hold. But that's going to probably be declined by the Buckeyes, as we've got a holding penalty.
Daniels run around the right side. We got number 11. Red flags on the play.
So that was stopped for no gain to the running back number 7, and Coach Metzel is going to look at that and say, what do you want to do? It's either going to be 4th and 13 or it's going to be 3rd and 23, and it's going to be 4th and 12, as Coach Metzel will take the play and force the Lindale Eagles to put the game on the line right here and go for it on 4th and 12.
Holding is the call that gives the Eagles. Penalty is declined, brings up 4th down.
So on 4th and 12, trailing by 8 points, 4:22 left, Lindale has no choice. Their back's against the wall. They're going to have to go for it here as they put the game on the line. They're at the 44-yard line, and they got to get all the way down to the 32 for a first down. As the black flag just gotta make a stop here. Here's the game, folks. Thurman takes the snap, fakes a handoff, drops back to pass. He's under pressure. He's gonna throw this one up for grabs, but unfortunately that's Roflu-Ellen. And that's knocked down, incomplete. Buckeyes ball, 1st and 10 from their own 44. And that is somewhat of a nail in the coffin for the Lindale Eagles. And that's kind of what we've been waiting on all night long, is just a break-in service that the Buckeyes have so outplayed Lindale. But just, you got to credit these Lindale Eagles and how disciplined that they've played, despite that ghost call that we saw here down on the sideline. Doesn't really change things in terms of the overall outcome. Now 4:12 left remaining in the game. Number 9, the first team All-State running back, Ashton Haynes. Call him Mr. Iceman, A-Money. I think he's gonna get the load here. 56 yards away from pay dirt, and the Buckeyes putting a nail in this coffin. 5 seconds on the play clock. Here's Ashton Haynes up the middle. He's stopped for no gain. It's gonna bring up 2nd and 10. As it's pretty obvious what the Buckeyes want to do. They want to keep the ball on the ground and run clock under 4 minutes now. 30 seconds left on the play clock. 31-23 lead late in this game. The Buckeyes have to avoid a turnover and pick up a few first downs, but selling out defensively are these Lindale linebackers as they have the entire 4th quarter. Seeming to kind of understand what the Buckeyes are trying to do and stopping them before they get started, with some exceptions. And one of them, those exceptions, is wearing number 22. Once again, here come the linebackers. Handoff to Ashton Haynes. He breaks it back the opposite direction and gets back to the line of scrimmage for a 2-yard gain. And there's going to be a timeout taken by the Lindale Eagles to try to stop this clock on 3rd down and 8. And we'll be right back after these messages.
Crowley Funeral Home has been serving families in Gilmer since 1883. Funeral director and Gilmer High School graduate Troy Murray leads the professional staff at Crowley Funeral Home and is committed to providing dignified, respectful, and compassionate assistance to every family in their time of need. Crowley Funeral Home feels strongly about maintaining high standards of excellent service while still keeping prices affordable. At Crowley Funeral Home, we treat your family as our own.
Gilmer National Bank is your hometown community bank, serving people in East Texas for over a century. We are your neighbors, friends, and partners in making this a great place to live. Our employees make us a special place to do business. We are there for you when you need us. Come by and see us and find out what makes people say, "That's my bank." Gilmer National Bank, an equal opportunity lender and member FDIC.
Back to the action here on a big 3rd down and 8. The Buckeyes need the Lindale 46-yard line for a first down. Ashton Haynes offset. Let's see what Tennyson does here. He takes the snap, keeps the ball, and he takes a huge loss all the way back to the 40. And the Buckeyes are going to have to punt. Also stops the clock.
Number 44, Jake Kerbo.
So 4th down.
For the Buckeyes.
Going to be a punt for the Buckeyes, and the Lindale Eagles are going to have a shot to tie up this game. Have not been successful the last couple of possessions, but now we've got a stoppage by the referee trying to sort some things out here. White hat all the way over on the Buckeye sideline, trying to figure out where the chains need to be, I guess. Here comes the Buckeye punt. Number 3, Arona, punts this one. This is going to hit and bounce and take a Buckeye bounce all the way down inside the 20-yard line, down to the 15. What a punt by Arona. 3:06 left to play in this ball game, and the black flag is going to have to stop the Lindale Eagles. It's 4th down territory, 8-point lead, 31-23. Once again, The barrier of the magic number for the Buckeyes of 30 points is broken. 31-23 is the lead. But these Buckeyes have played just well enough to overcome Lindale, who has basically played a perfect game from their standpoint in terms of what it would take to beat the Buckeyes. Unfortunately, now they're 85 yards away, and really a one-dimensional offense cannot go to the air. It's all about number 8, Thurman, and him running the ball. And here it comes again. Straight trap play right up the middle, and he gets tattooed, but not after he gains 3 yards. Fortunately for the Buckeyes, that's a run, and it's going to run the clock. Lindale's going to win a lot of games this year. Of course, the Buckeyes' pre-district schedule just, I mean, an absolute gauntlet. And Lindale has given these Buckeyes, as we guessed, everything they wanted. Going to go to the air, and he throws that one out of bounds. There's just nothing through the air for Lindale. All 4th down territory deep in their end zone. It's 3rd down and 8. 2:37 left to play in this game. They can't punt it. They've got 2 downs, folks, to get out to the 25-yard line. And the Gilmer Buckeyes, with 2:37 left to play in this game, have got to find a way to stop them for 2 downs. Here's the snap. Once again, Thurman is sacked for a 2-yard loss, and this is going to be 4th down and 9. As Amara Arona, the linebacker, just has seen enough, and he comes crashing in.
Kendall Jackson with the stop.
KJ, Kendall Jackson, coming from his backside linebacker, and they meet at the quarterback. 4th down and 9, and this is your ball game, folks. With 2 minutes and 15 seconds, whatever Lindale's got left in the bag of tricks is going to come out right now. It's man-to-man coverage on the left-hand side. 3 safeties deep for the Buckeyes. Thurman fumbles, looks to pass, throws it downfield, and it is caught. Unbelievable. He throws up a prayer for a 20-yard gain all the way out to the 36-yard line as the clock continues to run. Lindale shocked. Once again, they're going to throw it out for about an 8-yard gain, just a hitch route. Clock continues to run as the Buckeyes get substitutes back in.
9, 2nd down and 1 for the Eagles.
Lindale not used to playing fast and not used to passes working. As they hand off, and that is going to stop dead, and Lindale's going to have to use a timeout here. With 1:16 left, 3rd down and 1. Arona stops that for no gain, and we will recognize our sponsors. Be back for the last minute and 16 exciting seconds after these messages.
At Farmers Insurance, we've seen almost everything, so we know how to cover almost anything, even a rock and wreck. He rocked and rolled right into it, but we covered it. At Farmers, we know a thing or two because we've seen a thing or two.
We are farmers. Bum, 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 bum.
Back to the action here. It's 1:16 left to play in this football game, folks. And the Lindale Eagles are 55 yards away from their miracle, trailing 8 points. They have had everything go right for them tonight that possibly could at the right time. Coach Cochran with an outstanding game plan and, of course, an extremely disciplined Lindale Eagle team. We talked about it with some of the Lindale staff even before the game. You know, the fight, if you're gonna have a boxing match, it's not about the boxer, it's about the style of play. And Lindale's style is about perfect in terms of juxtaposition against the Buckeyes. The Buckeyes have gotten away with it so far. They're going to go up top. Number 17, Rolf Llewellyn, tackles number 6, gets behind him. All the way down inside the 10-yard line. Rolf Llewellyn pats his chest. 1:08 left. And here's going to be a handoff to number 24. The power back, 54 seconds left, gets all the way down to the 3-yard line. Once again, the Buckeyes lead by 8. So not only does Lindale have to score, but they have to get a 2-point conversion just to get this to overtime. as the Buckeyes, and most importantly, Roe Llewellyn on that coverage. And there's a fumble, and he's going to be down all the way back at the 8-yard line. Clock continues to run as we've got a timeout by Lindale to save clock with 29 seconds, but a huge play, fumbled snap all the way back, 3rd down and 8. 29 seconds left to play in this game. We'll recognize a few of our sponsors and come back with the exciting conclusion right after this.
When tragedy strikes, you don't want to be in a position where you're second guessing your lawyer's ability or the resolve to get you fairly compensated. When you hire Godarzi & Young, you know you're hiring a law firm that has nationally ranked settlements and verdicts. We have over 2 decades of experience holding 18-wheeler companies accountable for their negligent action. Don't make the mistake of hiring anybody else. Hire the best. Hire Godarzi & Young.
And we're back with 31 seconds left to play in this game. It's 3rd down and goal from the 9 after a fumbled snap by Thurman. And look for Thurman to run the ball here again. They've got 2 downs to make 8 yards. They can get 2 plays off in 31 seconds, but it's about this black flag, getting pressure and bowing their neck here. And remember, Lindale trails by 8, so not only do they have to score a touchdown, but get a 2-point conversion just to get this to overtime. But if you would have asked Coach Cochran, and he's going to drop back to pass. He's looking to pass, and he's sacked, and the clock is going to run as they get back on the ball. 20 seconds left, 4th down and goal. This is the last play of the game. Buckeyes have to defend this. Last snap, takes the snap, throws it up into the end zone. Incomplete pass, and that is the ball game, folks, as man-to-man coverage with number 17, Roe Llewellyn, and that is the end. Incomplete pass on 4th down, 7 seconds left. All the Buckeyes have to do is take the snap and kneel down, and the Buckeyes once again, after scoring 30 points, win 95% of their games, but the Lindale Eagles have given them all they wanted in this contest tonight. Came down to the second to the last play of the game, but after 1 snap, looks like the Buckeyes will be victorious. Caden Tennyson takes the snap, kneels down, and that is the game, folks. 4-3-2-1. Buckeyes win this one, 31-23. We want to thank all our sponsors. We want to thank the voice of the Buckeyes, Jeff Rash. Get well. He was literally lost his voice tonight. We wish the Roadrunners and Coach Traylor and Coach Turner and Coach Traylor good luck tomorrow against the Longhorns. And we will be off the next 2 weeks, folks, as the Buckeyes get ready for district play and have run the table in this gauntlet of a pre-district schedule, taking down 3 members of the District of Doom. And folks, that may be the 3 playoff teams in that district. Lindale, Chapel Hill, and Kilgore all fall to defeat to the Buckeyes, who played well enough to win tonight. 31-23, take the best shot that Lindale has here in their home, second home game, and they will drop Lindale to 2-2 on the season. The Buckeyes go to 4-0 and will open district play in Pleasant Grove 3 weeks from tonight. So folks, we will see you then. Until then, tune in to all of our coaches shows and go Buckeyes.